Hello, and welcome to Famicast 134, your Famicast for TGS 2018. Ah!
Ah!
Oui.
I'm Danny Vivens, and today I'm joined by James Charlton.
Buenas tardes. Once
Right back
again,
at
it is a great pleasure for you to have me on the podcast.
We're called the Family Cast here, sir. And Ty Sugar.
Enough.
Namaste, friend.
There it is. All right, well, if you've been paying attention to our social media, YouTube channel, any of that type of stuff, you've seen that we've been doing a lot of stuff for TGS. James played a lot of games. I played a couple. Ty was there.
Yeah.
I played every game at TGS. Didn't you know that?
Yes. All 20,000. Was
That's
that,
right.
that wasn't like the last
Close
agenda.
enough.
Was that true, or is that just...
20,000 games? What are you talking about?
I think you wrote that in the last... Okay, whatever.
I don't think
Oh, yeah.
so.
I think I wrote that as a joke.
No,
But
it's like, with you, man, like sometimes I never know. And then I was thinking, like, wait, I know there's going to be a lot of indie games there. 20,000. That's a lot.
It's a joke, son.
Yeah.
That's the joke. .gif.
Over my head, man. That's just the way it goes sometimes. Well, if you're new to the Famicast, typically we start the show with... We do something called New Business, where we talk about the latest games that we've been playing. But since we've been to TGS, we're gonna kind of just kick off the show by talking about all the stuff that we've been playing there. So let's just go ahead and get right to it. And
Actually, yeah, it's funny. We actually might have a lot of listeners thanks to Yokai Watch 4.
Yeah.
If you're a new listener because you watched our Yokai Watch 4 video, because a lot of people did. Holy shit. Then welcome to the Famicast. We're not just a video thing, we actually are a podcast.
This is your one-stop shop for all your Yokai Watch news.
That's right. That's pretty much all we talk about. I mean,
always.
I mean, don't look back at past episodes, but I'm just take my word for it. Yeah.
Right.
I've seen the show once.
Yeah.
I have some official merchandise. It's a waste basket I won out of a UFO catcher.
All right.
I use it like every day.
Wow, he's being serious. Maybe you should find... Okay. Well, speaking of...
Yes, 2018.
Speaking of Yokai Watch 4, how about we just go ahead and kick things off with that? So I know, James, you played it, obviously. Yeah. You could see in the video, and I got to play it too. So what are some of our impressions of this? And Ty, if you just have some kind of impressions from just like seeing footage, or maybe...
No, Ty, you keep your mouth shut just until we get through the Yokai Watch thing, at least. We don't want to lose all our new listeners immediately.
Right.
So Yokai Watch 4. I mean, it was funny because who does it? Is it level 5?
Yep.
It's level 5, isn't it? They're a little bit pissy about, letting us take videos, but in the end, they allowed us. But it's kind of like a long-standing tradition with, I don't know if it's Nintendo stuff or just Japanese publishers in general, but they have this weird rule. I mean, if you've been, listening to podcasts about video games, for any number of years, you've probably heard this before, but like they always say you want the TV and the guy playing it in one shot. It's just a weird thing. It's this weird thing that they always ask.
Yeah,
so
I could understand back in like the Wii days, because that makes sense, because that's what you're trying to capture. If you're trying to capture somebody doing some goofy motion, being an asshole, and then maybe you can see a little bit of the game too. But
right, exactly. So I asked one of the booze, we can't call them booze babes, companions,
Nice,
scantily clad assistant. I asked one of those ladies to film me. I'm sure that's not a part of their job description, is to like film nerds playing video games, but whatever.
Wow.
I put her to work and she did it. And but some people complained like, "Huh, what's wrong with the cameraman?" in the YouTube comments. Okay, take it up with the nice lady at the booth. Okay, she did her best. All right,
right.
She wasn't supposed to be doing that.
And pay poverty wages here too. Come on,
unethical video game journalism guy.
That's right. Yeah, that's me. But like she started off doing like almost full screen capture, and then someone told her off, and then she had to kind of walk back a few steps and get me in it, which is why you get half without me, half with me in it. So deal with it. But anyway, we managed to get some decent footage, and it turns out a lot of people are really interested in Yokai Watch 4, and I can understand, because like, I mean, a lot of the comments we're getting in YouTube, I'm kind of like skipping ahead because we usually do YouTube comments near the end of the show, you know, the feedback section. But like a lot of the comments were like, "See, Nintendo, this is what Pokemon should be like, bitch," you know, something along those lines.
Right.
And I guess Pokemon fans have been kind of wanting this. Maybe the new Pokemon game is not really exactly what their kind of dream Pokemon game is.
Sure.
Yeah, maybe there's a gang war starting in elementary school playgrounds.
Right. So
except all the Pokemon fans are adults.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
they're like 30 things.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, literally. Yeah. I mean, if you started as an elementary school student playing Pokemon,
yeah,
you're at least 30 now, at the minimum. So like, yeah, most people seem to want this kind of like, you know, open world, free roaming, you know, giant map to just walk around and just, you know, fight and catch monsters and stuff. And that's kind of what Yokai Watch 4 is. I mean, on the face value it is, but it's kind of like got a lot of invisible walls. I mean, like literally it has invisible walls, you know.
And you can see they're kind of indicated on the map. There's a map in the lower left or the lower right hand side of the screen. You could see that, but it, you know, like James said, it seems like it's something that's going to be a little bit more opened up, like in the final game. This is like
just a huge map, but like it's all gray, just the one section you can do.
Right.
So I don't know, it might open up, or maybe you just kind of like teleport to other areas, and then there's another huge map. But I mean, you know, think of it more like Monster Hunter, how that does the kind of map. You know, how you kind of fade into other areas. It's more like that. And
well, this
not as
time,
bad as that.
Everything's like connected. You know.
Yeah, it's all connected. But like, you know, for example, in the video, you can see like when I get to the playground area where the boss battle is, it kind of like, you know, fades out. And then I guess the battle arenas or the battle parts are, you know, kind of like Dragon Quest or another RPG like that, where it kind of fades out and goes to a battle scene kind of in that area. But it's kind of like, you know, it puts some invisible walls around it kind of thing. I guess the newest Dragon Quest 11 kind of does that, right? Awesome.
I only played it on 3DS last year for an hour, so couldn't tell you.
Okay. Final Fantasy 15, I don't know if that does that. I think that's maybe fully free range, but you know, it's kind of like along those lines. It has the, you know, illusion of being like, you know, you just walk along, fight something, and then just keep walking. But you know, there's a fade in, there's a fade out, right? So, but like the thing that even through shitty over the shoulder video, people saw was that the frame rate is absolutely horrendous. It's like on a good day, in its wildest dreams, it's 25 frames a second.
I'd say that in the battles, absolutely. The battles, especially there's like two basically kind of bosses that you fight in this demo, and like the one you're fighting at the end, he's huge, and you know, you have 3 other yokai that are in your party, and you're, I guess, just talking about how the combat works. You're controlling like a boy named Toma, who is basically, you know, in control of these yokai or whatever. And in the battles, you don't actually control the yokai. You're controlling Toma around. And he can do some things. He can like go up and like physically punch the other yokai.
Right.
Wow.
He can like shoot some kind of projectile attack. He can also like absorb energy to get more energy to shoot the projectile attack. And he can also transform. I forgot the wording that they use, but basically he can transform into a yokai. Yeah. And he's a lot more powerful, and can do pretty much all the same kind of moves that he could as the human, but you know, they're more powerful and they look a hell of a lot flashier.
You start off as a girl, don't you? Like a high school girl, and that's when you're in the house. And I love the whole look of that house. The design is, you know, it's wonderful. But like, you know, it's like it's not like pre-rendered stuff, but I mean, it's like a lot of extra visual design that it's not really, you can't really interact with anything. It's basically just like 4 squares, you know, with nothing to do, you know, and just people to talk to, you know.
Right.
There's no interactivity whatsoever, really. It's all window dressing, and it's nice window dressing. I mean, it looks nice. Yeah. But the first thing I did was like, when I saw it, I was like, oh, I wonder if the right stick spins the camera around. And I did that, and it did. And I was like, cool. And then the frame rate just went into slow motion. And I was like, holy shit, maybe they don't want you to be using the right stick. You know. Like it was just chug, you know, even in that first house bit.
I don't know, man. Like, even watching your video again, I don't think it was that bad in those sections.
I think maybe you just don't, like, I don't know, react to bad frame rate as much.
No, trust me, I've seen horrendous frame rate in games, and I've you know, oh my god. But I think it's just no, I think it's more noticeable during the battles. There's just so much shit going on.
It doesn't matter. I mean, it's not like a huge knock against the game. It's not like this is a a Twitch FPS. Oh shit, I missed my headshot because the frame rate's not good.
Right.
It's like whatever. It doesn't really matter.
Are these frame rates indicative of the final product? Do you think?
Probably not. It feels kind of early, to be honest. I don't know.
Yeah. As far as they've always said in game development, that's like one of the last things that gets optimized is the frame rate.
You press the X button, you hold down the X button, and you push up on the control stick, and it tightens up the frame rate. That's how game design works, right?
Right. Yeah. And it's done with a PlayStation controller.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. Yeah.
We are actually referencing an actual commercial for a game design college, by the way.
I don't know if you listened, but I stuck it in that podcast.
That's right. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it seems like people are excited for it because it's kind of like it shows what is possible with these kind of like Pokemon style adventure RPG games or whatever you want to call it. But another thing, not playing it, was like, wow, good luck to the localizations team is all I can think, because like it was so Japanese. Like, I mean, Yokai Watch, it must be one of the hardest games to localize ever. I mean, it's so fundamentally Japanese because like the yokai themselves are all just Japanese superstitions that on day-to-day life we hear about them, and we see these yokai on the streets every day, but
my favorite one is the one that comes and scratches your back.
What's that called?
Yeah, that's a real one. It'll come and scratch your back at the part you can't quite reach.
There you go.
That's a real yokai. Google it.
Exactly. And the hikikomori, that's my favorite. Because they put the word komori for bat in the word hikikomori, which is just kind of disturbing in a way, but whatever. So yeah, like I mean, all the houses and the layout of the village, the town, whatever. It's I mean, it just looks like a Japanese housing estate. It's kind of incredible. Like it just feels like you're in Japan.
And I think that's kind of one of the draws to the series too. I mean, it's not anywhere near as popular outside of Japan as it is, or so whatever. You think you know what I meant. But yeah, I think an appeal to that is this really Japanese-ness that the game has.
Apparently they try and pull it off as being America, which is weird.
Well, I'm just saying, like, at least visually, unless they fundamentally change how like the structures of the towns and building. I mean, I haven't played the English version, so I don't know.
So they basically translate all the yokai into like English phrases that kind of describe what they're about, and they change the place to America, which it looks nothing like. It's like, I mean, I think Blade put it best at the end of Blade 1. He said, "Some motherfuckers always trying to ice skate up a hill." I mean, he was right. Blade was right. Hashtag, new hashtags, get it started right now. It's true. I don't know why they do that. I mean, wouldn't people just be interested in exploring a Japanese town? Doesn't that feel more, foreign, interesting, cool?
Ask Sega, the Yakuza series.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they love
English. Yeah.
They ice skated up that motherfucking hill for the first one or two, and then they thought, no, wait a minute, why are we doing this? We can actually just get Japanese people to do the voice acting.
Yeah, here's a little secret about marketing games in America. Japan is cool.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
Hold on, let me just write that down.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't have any paper. I'll try and remember that.
Yeah. You'll forget. It's okay.
Yes. I mean, it's true. On the note of immensely Japanese games, Danny, next game, same booth.
Same booth. Inazuma 11, Eres no Tenbin. What is it? Balance of Eris is the name of the game. Again, it's
one man will bring balance to the Aries.
That's exactly
what the trailer. That's what the trailer that doesn't exist says.
Yeah. I mean, James is actually working on it right now. Freelance.
Keep it locked to the YouTube Famicast YouTube channel.
Yeah. No, but I mean, yeah, this is an Inazuma 11 game, and I mean, James, I think you probably played one or two of these at a TGS before.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, go back to Nintendo World Report and just search for Inazuma 11 preview or something like that. Oh, impressions.
Yep.
And probably one of them has either mine or Danny's name on them.
Yeah, I think the last time that Level 5 was there, yeah, they did have some Wii Inazuma 11 game that I played and I didn't really care for. But okay,
but if you want the latest impressions from this brand new game, go to the Famicast.com and check out Danny's full impressions.
Same as for Yokai Watch 4. I did a write up on there, so you can see that on top of our awesome video. If you haven't already seen that, well, you're nuts. But yeah, I mean, Inazuma 11, it kind of, honestly, James, it kind of looks like they're doing maybe a really similar engine. It seems like what Level 5 does, they get like an engine during like a generation, and then they just use it. I'm not saying that's bad, but you can see some like similarities. And I mean, both the games are kind of like cell shaded, and
good luck to them.
Right, yeah, right. But I mean, for those of you that don't know much about Inazuma 11, it's a anime/soccer game, one of these transmedia properties that was pretty popular here for a while, and then just hasn't got a mainline entry for a long time.
It was vaguely popular in Europe. Europe.
Yeah, and I don't think it. I forgot if it was even released in America. Yeah, but I mean, it's anime and soccer kind of combined. You know, they get some goofy crap that they do, power ups and all this stuff, and same type of deal here. This isn't like a video game where you're playing soccer with an anime aesthetic. I mean, it is, but not like in the sense of like playing FIFA in like an anime aesthetic.
It has lots of kind of like button timing kind of things, like, you know, Shenmue style cutscene things, doesn't it?
QTE type of stuff.
QTEs, yeah.
And it's usually like, let's say you have the ball and you're making your way down the pitch, and then you know an opponent kind of comes into contact with you. What you have to do, it's usually you can either try to make your guy go left, make him go right, or just, I think one of the options is like just charge forward and see how it goes.
Just headbutt him in the face.
Yeah. So I mean, what it is, it's all based on like, you know, probability and stuff like that. If the enemy decides to go right and you go right, they'll take the ball. If you go left and you go right, oh, sorry, whatever. The
opponents, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, with the way this game is,
it's more like an RPG, isn't it?
Yeah. So I mean, there's this, but I mean, you do have kind of free control of the characters as you're walking around, as you're running around the pitch. You can pass the ball to the other players too, but only whenever you encounter the opponents is whenever these little things come up.
It goes into full anime mode at that point.
Yeah, basically. And, you know, it's the same with the goals. Once you get close enough to the goal, you have basically an option to shoot, and then you choose like left. I think there's like two different types of shot, like a control shot where you can use the joystick and kind of place where you want the ball to go, or you can just do a power shot and just kind of hope for the best. But
Danny, you don't traditionally play football/soccer games, do you?
Usually not. I mean, I did back a long time ago. I bought Winning 11 Pro Evolution Soccer on my 360, and yeah, I am not good at that game.
Is that coming to Switch?
I don't know. I don't even.
Seems like a no-brainer, but you know,
I'm trying to think. There's even been like a real console release of that lately. I mean, it is Konami.
I saw the Winning 11 logo and the Switch logo next to each other, but I think there were two different things.
Must have been a coincidence, man. I mean, I guarantee that, you know, Konami's probably going crazy with mobile versions of that. They do the same with their baseball game, Power Pro. They have mobile versions of that, but they just kind of moved away from consoles. But yeah, we'll see. With the way Konami's doing things now, maybe they'll kind of change it up.
Right. Who knows? So Konami's not doing anything for consoles anymore, especially Nintendo consoles. So Danny, what do we got next? What's this? Hyper Sports R, is it?
Yeah. Before we move on to that, you know, James, earlier you were talking kind of some behind the scenes type of stuff. How we, you know, in order for us to like capture footage or do like this type of stuff, you know, we have to talk to people and try to get permission. And the next day, after James had already got the Yokai Watch 4 footage, I went through the same people and I was just basically trying to ask them, okay, and I have a general rule here in Japan, especially if I'm at a show like this. If somebody really wants to try to use English with me, all right, let's go for it, man. But like half of the stuff that this dude was telling me, it kind of didn't make sense. So it was like, okay, I kind of just want to get in and just do some recordings of the booth and stuff. And he's like, okay, that's totally fine. You can only record for 30 seconds and 1 minute, and then for a total of 5 minutes. And I was like, none of what you just said makes
that makes complete sense. Yeah, six 6 videos, 30 seconds each.
Yeah.
You know
So
what that probably was? It probably was me. It's probably they saw my Yokai Watch 4 footage of whatever it is, 3-4 minutes long, and they're like, "Holy shit, it's blowing up, I'm viral. We shouldn't allow that." And then next day, you were in, and like, "No thanks." So deal with it, Danny.
So I was just confused, and then I think later in the day we got some kind of a message from some kind of Inazuma 11 something or other, and I was thinking like, "Oh shit, our video's gonna have to get taken down. They busted us." But no, it didn't. So
no, it's fine. And so it's probably going to be our footage recycled across multiple websites. So yeah, if you see our footage being ripped off from somewhere else, tell us. We'll shut them down. Shut them down, bitch.
Yeah.
Shut those motherfuckers down.
Get the lawyer on the phone.
Get the Famicast lawyers on their ass.
Yeah.
So Danny, talking about
That's me,
sports.
by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Legal
basically tight.
eagle.
Yeah. Tying a suit with a baseball bat. So, so Danny, while we're on sports, do you want to talk about the Konami game on Nintendo systems, which sounds weird when you say it out loud?
Yeah. So Hypersports R. It seems like R is a thing that, or Cyrus is here, or. But it seems like a thing that they've been putting on their, well, at least on the Switch, on the end of their games. But this game was revealed a couple months back. I think it was even at E3 and stuff. And it's just basically, it really reminds me of Wii Sports era, waggle type of stuff.
What kind of controllers were they doing? Did they have like arcade sticks for this?
No. They had Joy-Con.
What was it? Oh man, I thought I saw something like a arcade stick kind of thing, and people were mashing on it.
They had like some kind of special Konami like covers over it, so they're like orange and looked pretty cool. And I was like, oh, it's just a rubber condom. But yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if there actually is like physical like button controls. I think there might be, but they sure as hell didn't want you to do that.
This is Waggle?
Yes.
Oh shit! I thought this was like international track and field, like mash A B kind of thing.
I think that you can. I mean, they didn't, like I said, at the show, they definitely didn't want people to play like that. I watched a couple of other videos about it, maybe from something like in Europe, and I could have swore that I heard like the PR guy saying like, hey, do you want to play with buttons or with, waggle?
Right.
So that's
possible.
possible.
I mean, yeah, Nintendo do that as well, don't they? Like at E3, they make you play the waggle mode, and then only 2 weeks later after E3 they say, oh yeah, by the way, you can use Pro controllers. Well, yeah, ARMS was
exactly. So just think about ARMS, that first Switch event here in Japan, same thing. It's like, you got to play like this, and then we were kind of thinking like, shit, man,
nobody wants to play that
controller. Yeah.
Then just in the small print at the bottom of the website, it's like, also can use the Pro controller, and then
yeah.
So was it fun? Not really. Did you play against a real human or just?
Yeah. They did have a fun setup here at Tokyo Game Show. They had like this. They had a couple units like kind of behind their booth a little bit, but they had one front and center, and it had like 2 announcer guys that were basically calling the shots, like as you were running, because there are 3 events in the game in this demo: a 100-meter dash, javelin toss, and a long jump. And I got to try out the 100-meter dash and the javelin throw, and the 100-meter dash thing is the
Did you have to actually do the gesture?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The 100-meter dash one's the easiest one. Well, easy. I mean, my arms are really damn tired after that because I was going way too crazy.
After 20 seconds, yeah.
Yes. I mean, they're saying, use kind of big, exaggerated gestures to, get. They said to get better speed. I don't know if that's true, but the game kind of glitched out on me because, like, I was booking it like I should have been, and my guy was like stuck at the end of the line. I was like, what in the hell? And then like the last second, all of a sudden it's just boom, just like a split second, my character just kind of just glitched across the finish line, first place. It's like, okay.
It's like building up all this kinetic energy. like Black Panther or something, and just releases it all. Right.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And I was just playing against a random person, some little Japanese woman.
Right.
But yeah, the javelin throw, you have to start running with your left hand by, doing the same gesture, and you hold the other Joy-Con in your right hand kind of up above, like around your head, and you're supposed to just, throw it. And, there's a line. If you cross the line and throw it too late,
you crossed the line, Danny. with this conversation. Let's move on. Next.
No,
Dong.
but no, hold on. Like, I guarantee there's some people out there probably not listening to this show that are interested.
Exactly. They're not listening to this show. There you go.
Right. But,
problem solved.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you play Ninjala, by the way?
No, I did not.
Why have you got on the list then? I didn't play it.
I know.
I wanted to play it.
We could just talk about what it is.
Well, people know what Ninjala is. It's Splatoon with big batons, but I got pictures of the women that were dressed like that, but I didn't play the game.
Yeah,
we could talk about the fact that this was like booked out. Like, holy shit! It was like Monster Hunter levels of like, lines around the block, and you had to get like a reservation.
Yeah,
because it was like similar to Monster Hunter. It was a 4-player only thing.
Mm-hmm.
So even games that look like Splatoon are popular in Japan. Holy shit! That's all you need to do, people, is have a game that looks fun and looks slightly like Splatoon, and you're gonna fucking sell out. Jesus Christ!
Oh man, I can't wait till every bottom-rung Korean developer gets in on that.
There's a Chinese mobile version which I'm sure Ty's seen or maybe even played.
Oh yeah. I'm number 3 on the leaderboard.
Oh, what's it called? Is it? Oh, it's Sepia Go. That's right. That's the Splatoon Chinese rip-off smartphone game.
No idea.
It looks like the worst thing ever made.
Yeah, with this game, I was talking to our buddy John Cousins, Eagle Taku, and he said that from what he could gather, there's only like in this huge, massive booth, there's only room for 8 people to play at the same time.
Wow. Also 2 games, right? Yeah.
Yes. I mean, that's why you had these lines that were ridiculously large. But like I said, this booth was so freaking massive. I don't see. I mean, they had like a big old stage that they had some shirtless dude up playing against like some other gun.
Oh yeah. I saw him. It was like 7 hot women and then this guy with no top on.
Yeah, he's topless, as they say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good luck to Gung Ho, I guess. Not like they needed more money, but it seems like people liked it. So.
Well, they've got their idea. I mean, it's a sellable idea. Good luck to them.
Yep.
Next one, Umihara Kawase Fresh. I mean, we talked about this in the preview, and then me and Danny both played it. But I played it. I mean, I didn't like it. I'm gonna just say it didn't play like how I wanted it to play. It looks, on face value, it looks like Bionic Commando with a cute girl character. Although it still kind of looks like a 3DS game, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I mean, the 3DS game does look similar. It almost, I mean, this is just kind of talking out of my ass, but it's almost kind of like they have like HD visual version of that. And I'm holding it up right now. If you're watching us, this is like kind of what the art looks like of the character,
right?
And stuff like this. So you could see this.
We've got full preview of this, haven't we?
Yeah. I wrote up something on the site, and
I got the towel.
Yeah, I've
never actually looked at it before. There you go. Well, Danny's got one as well.
Yep, towels. People.
Sweat towel. You need it.
Yeah.
Still need it. It's still warm in Japan. Crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you this girl going through these kind of very basic environments, and you're like, it looks like you can just like, like Batman. You think, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go. And then like swing across this gap. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah,
it's like you kind of like stick it to the wall and then you just kind of fall down and you kind of like with momentum you kind of swing and you just kind of flop on the ground. And it's like, ugh, it just feels so clumsy and not fun.
Watching some of the sizzle reel and trying to remember, because like they have a version of this game on 3DS, Yumi's Odd Odyssey, and watching the sizzle reel that they had of like these demo stages. Like some of the stuff that's possible to do, I mean, it's nuts. I mean, as long as this isn't like James is saying, it's not like your Batman. If you grapple with something, you're not going to like zip up to it or something like that. It's all based on like momentum and basically timing and stuff like that. It's not
a lot like with the grappling hook weapon in Worms.
Yeah, it is. It's more like that. It's more like it's more Indiana Jones than Batman.
Yeah. So if you're good with the game physics, if you can handle that inertia, you can probably do some pretty fancy stuff.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at probably, the creator or something, the sizzle reel that they had showing, I was like, holy shit, they were doing some crazy stuff, like almost dying, throwing out the little lure, then just like bouncing back up, like all sorts of stages.
So it has a bit of bounce to it. Maybe you can upgrade that fishing rod.
Like, no, I don't. I know exactly what you're talking about, James. Like, I had the same kind of an issue when I was playing. Like, I would throw out the lure, and I wasn't getting like any bounce. I wasn't able to like get her to move up because I know in the 3DS version, I did a review on Nintendo World Report 5 years ago, and you can actually kind of control the slack of the line, like how far out it's going to be. But I, for whatever reason, I couldn't get it to do any of that stuff here.
Yeah. Well, maybe with practice, but yeah, it just felt very slow and clumsy, and not as fun as it looks like it is.
And then, like, even in one of my complaints about, I mean, it is just a demo, but they had like these vines kind of just spread out, just in case you sucked and you wanted to actually get to the goal, instead of using the lure to bounce yourself up to different areas. You can just climb up these vines, and like Ty was saying, like this is a game about like inertia and like building up, like basically kind of mastering the physics of this game, and having these vines seem kind of like it defeated the purpose, because this on its own, if you're just doing like regular platforming in this game, it's not great, maybe mediocre at best, right? So with those vines, it just kind of made it like this a crappy platformer.
Yep, pretty much. Next.
I'm still interested though. So
yeah, I hope it's not too expensive. That was like 1,000 yen.
No, it won't be. It's going to be a full. I can almost guarantee that.
What do you think it's going to be?
Oh man, it'll probably be 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 yen.
What?
The 3DS one was full price too, man.
Was it? Huh. Wow, good luck with that.
Yep.
So we're going to move on to indies. Ty, do you have any big games, like big publisher games?
Soul Calibur 6, but I don't think that's coming to Switch. Or is it?
We can talk about it.
We'll get another weirdo spin-off game.
Oh, man,
I don't know if you guys played that, but there was definitely a weirdo spin-off Soul Calibur game.
I actually played that at TGS. That was one of my early TGS games.
Oh,
it was like a 3D adventure game, wasn't it? Or something like that? Like hack and slash?
Yeah.
I think I remember playing Siegfried and just like slashing at, faceless enemies.
Right, we're going to get that trash instead of the real game.
Can't wait.
Yeah,
HD version.
A tale eternally retold.
Day one purchase.
my catchphrase fits in context.
Yeah. The soul still burns.
A tale eternally retold.
Nintendo gets the trash version of a game.
Trash eternally recycled on Nintendo Switch.
Yep.
We don't have any big booth games then left. Well, I didn't play, but like La Mulana 2 was also at the Konami booth, I mean, our intern Michael was at the show on the Friday. Mm-hmm. Like, I guess the same day as Danny, but I don't think you guys met up, right?
No, I did not see him.
Yeah, he played La Mulana 2, and he's really into it. He really liked it. He's sold, and even though, well, you can read this in the Famichatting, which is like basically where we break down every game that we played. Basically, we add little comments to every single game that we played in a huge list. So you can read Michael's comments about that on Famichatting on famicast.com. Cool. So indies?
Yeah.
Yeah. I spent most of my day there. Like I was there on the first day, and I just went straight to the indies booth, which is the opposite of what I did last year, where I didn't even know there was an indies booth. And then Ty said he spent all his time at the indies booth, and I kind of, wished that I had.
Right.
But so that's what I did. Yeah. It was fantastic, and it was kind of amazing / weird seeing all these Nintendo logos everywhere, because it was the whole booth was sponsored by Nintendo, and it was just like, wow, I've never seen this many Nintendo games at TGS, literally ever. Yeah. I mean, you probably in the 11, 10 years that I've been going, you could combine all 10 together, and it would still be like not even what was at this year. It's crazy. Yeah, I think I played about 20 games, by the way, maybe more. I can't remember.
Yeah, you played a lot. I've spent most of my time in the big halls and just kind of dicking around there.
So you did the mistake I did last year.
Yeah, no, I did that because you went the day before, and I know that you played a bunch of the indie stuff. I was like, okay.
Yeah, there's still loads to play though. It's crazy.
Yeah.
met up with our buddies Coat Sync, which last year we played a bunch of games by them. This year they had a game which was pretty much like Descent. I'm sure Ty remembers that. Sub-Level Zero.
Intimately.
Yeah, Sub-Level Zero it's called.
I think for a second I was like Sub-Zero Mythologies.
Yeah. Sub-Zero Mythologies, Descent Edition. So it's like, a first-person shooter, I guess.
Yeah,
but...
Descent is a first-person shooter where you're flying and you can turn and look in every direction, and it's extremely disorienting, and it takes a lot of practice or a special kind of person to move through that game at a really high level.
Yeah, I hope you're not get motion sickness.
Yeah, it's extremely motion sickness. More like like disorientation. You don't know which way is up.
Yeah, just like space. They do have like it's not a quick turn, but it's like a quick what would you call it? Quick spin. So like you can spin your spaceship at, I guess, would that be 90 degrees or 180 degrees? I can't remember now. Ooh. But like, in chunks of like, you press it 4 times, you'll be back where you started. You know what I mean? Which kind of like helped, because like if you could feel like you're kind of upside down, you just like, you just push the button a couple of times and you're back the right way.
It'll snap you to...
Yeah, it'll snap it, yeah.
To neutral or horizon or whatever. Yeah,
exactly, which helped a lot. But the look, it looks really nice. It's like a kind of cell shaded look. I mean, it's like colorful, but while being kind of like, futuristic, spacey, kind of a spaceship kind of looking at the same time. But yeah, it feels really good. They've nailed the movement, and yeah, I think it's. Well, I played it on Switch. I'm not sure if it's coming to other systems, but yeah, definitely cool. Worth keeping an eye on if you like those kind of games. Yeah, if you get motion sickness, forget about it. Danny, did you go to Fly High Works?
Yeah, I did. And for those of you guys out there that don't know, Fly High Works, they do a lot of publishing for a lot of different companies that don't have branches in Japan and stuff like that. I mean, like, for example, last year they helped out with SteamWorld Dig 2, right?
Yeah.
SteamWorld Dig, Golf Story, and a lot of other games like that. And yeah, I mean, they had Shovel Knight, the multiplayer
Shovel Knight Showdown.
Thank you.
Yeah, boy.
Shovel Knight Showdown, and they also had the new King of Cards there as well. I played like 2 seconds of King of Cards, and then I saw that the other unit opened up, and I was like, yeah, I want to play this. So yeah, I got to play a little bit of Shovel Knight Showdown. It was pretty cool. I mean, I was playing with like a guy at the booth. You can play with up to 4 players, but it was just the 2 of us. I mean, visual style, I mean, it's Shovel Knight. It looks fantastic.
You can play as all the knights.
Yeah, there were a couple that were like blacked out for the demo, but I mean, I think one time I played as Shovel Knight, another time I played as Plague Knight, right? The guy with the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
The nerd.
Yeah.
Good job. You played as the 2 characters that we've been able to play in the main game.
Right.
Big Propeller Knight, coward.
Yeah, well...
Oh, Ty, did you play this as well?
No, I wish I would have, but I did not.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, just as in the game, all these characters have their own different types of strengths and weaknesses, and it's just that. And
what are you doing? Are you trying to just kill people?
So in this, there's like, I forget, it's like hearts or jewels that you have to collect like X amount of. I think there was a time limit, and you're just kind of going at each other. But if you go up and you whack the other guy, and let's say he has a couple of these jewels, like some of them will just spill out, and then you have a chance to get them. And these jewels just kind of just randomly appear on the stage.
So it's like playing coin battle on Smash Brothers.
Yeah, and like it's one of those kind of setups where if you keep going right, all of a sudden you'll be on the left side of the screen.
Okay.
One of those
Mario Brothers stuff.
Yeah. So it was fun. I mean, it seems like a pretty great addition to the game.
Now this is just going to be part of the main update. It's not like a separate game, right?
I'm not sure.
It's going to be part of the main game. It's
holy shit.
Integrated into what they now call Shovel Knight Treasure Trove.
Right.
Excuse me.
That is redonkulous.
Yeah. What's great is if you bought Shovel Knight like in the first year or whatever, you keep getting all these.
I know. That's the only reason I haven't sold my Wii U. because that's where I bought the original one on.
Oh yeah, yeah. I got
it was Nintendo exclusive for a while, right? Like
for a while.
Yeah, I got it on 3DS here. It came with an amiibo and stuff, and yeah, it was a cool set. I couldn't pass it up, and I only played through the the original game. Because I mean, Jesus, man, it came out like so late here, late, 2016.
There was already a couple of updates, big updates by then, wasn't it?
Yeah, for the West, and then they eventually came here too. So
cool. So yeah, well, I actually saw it, and there were 4 Pro controllers there.
Yeah.
And I picked one up, and then I was like looking around for like people to play with. I'm like, nobody was near me. Nobody was interested in whatsoever. There were no booze people there.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, looks like a nice character select screen.
Right.
And I moved on.
Yeah, the booth bro hooked me up. I got to sit there and play with him, so that was cool.
Yeah, they were all busy when I was there.
Yeah.
But it looked like another similar, like, lots of Switch, well, exclusively Switch, wasn't it?
Most of the stuff that was there was Switch.
They had a Labo piano playing Demo, that music rhythm game that's now Labo compatible, or will be in the future.
They had a couple of older games too, like Death Squared. Japanese.
New to Japan.
Yeah, no, that's not even new to Japan anymore. That it came out in Japan like earlier this year or something. I don't know why they did some of these games that they did, but Golf Story was there. It was there last year.
Yeah, had a couple of new things that I never seen before. But yeah, I mean, why how it works.
Yeah,
it's basically a mini Nintendo booth.
Basically, yeah.
Inti Creates, which we met up with those guys at Bit Summit, didn't we? Inti Creates, and I found out Inti Creates are like right next door to where I live. It's kind of crazy. Like they're literally 1 train stop away from where I live. I didn't even know that. I just assumed they were Tokyo based, but they're actually in Chiba. I have to go and knock on their door one day, because they're the guys who are doing Bloodstained, right? The 8-bit version.
Yeah, did it? Yeah.
Did it? Past tense. Yeah. Yeah, that was weird because I remember like being on the bullet train, and then I was sat next to a guy who just happened to be from Inti Creates.
Right.
So they had Dragon Mark for Death, which Danny and Michael played. Michael's not here, so Danny.
Sorry, I got no. So yeah, I got to play with 3 other people, so it was like 4-player local co-op type of thing.
Okay.
There was,
you played this right after Shovel Knight Showdown?
No, I think it was maybe I don't even remember when the hell I played this, but I played it, and I mean, all these characters have like specific moves and abilities and stuff. I was like some blue knight dude.
What does it look like visually?
Kind of big, chunky, almost like 16-bit like pixel type of stuff.
Okay.
So it looked quite nice. It ran really well too. Yeah, everything. Yeah, all that stuff was great. I mean, the other players on the screen too. They all looked totally fine.
So you're fighting each other?
No, you're basically going on like a quest to do something. And
also, it's like a co-op, like adventure, 2D adventure.
2D like side-scrolling. It's almost kind of, think of it as like maybe like a 2D like what the hell?
Castlevania?
No, what the hell? Jeez, not coming to my mind.
Ninja Gaiden?
Like Baldur's Gate type of thing.
All right. Okay, you've lost me there, mate.
Okay, whatever. But you're just
out.
What's that?
I'm out.
Yeah. You're just kind of cooperating together, defeating monsters, and just basically, yeah, that's it. And you could only die X amount of times, and then you guys all fail. And somebody died. We ended up all failing.
But Danny?
It wasn't me, because I got stuck.
Was it you, Danny?
Oh man, they had some kind of a weird thing with like these platforms that it was like really kind of oddly time consuming. You had to stand beside it as it slowly raised up. But if you went on it too soon, it would just stop moving, and you couldn't like progress further. So like all 3 people went up, and I was like, okay, and then they just kept going, and I was just sitting there for a long time thinking like, how the hell is this stupid thing raising lower?
Yeah, just what I thought. It was Danny.
Yeah, no, I didn't die. And that's probably why, because I mean, I was so far behind people.
Did somebody kill you because they were so annoyed?
They probably wanted to. Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't bad. I mean, I'm not like, oh my god, I need this.
Okay, okay. That's interesting. I mean, the name's, it's got a cool name, so
Yeah.
Yeah, the booth was pretty packed when I walked past it. That's kind of like why I didn't play it. I was like, oh, I'll have a quick go at this, and it was like it's like a 10, 15-minute wait. I was like, maybe later.
I think I was just looking at our notes. It's like James says I should maybe play this.
Yeah.
Oh God, I guess I can play. There's nobody here.
Oh, there you go. Cool. You're welcome.
Yep.
What else we got? Oh, so there's this booth called Piki, Pikii, and I'd never seen these guys before actually, but they had a bunch of Nicholas games.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of like publishing a lot of Nicholas games in English, which I thought Nicholas did themselves, but I guess not. Oh, well, anyway, maybe they do, but sometimes they don't. So they were the guys who actually localized Blade Strangers for Switch. And Ty, this was the fighting game, which like I just couldn't believe that this was not the fighting game you were playing that week. You were talking about some other kind of like, indie fighting game. And I just assumed that you were playing Blade Strangers, but you weren't. This is like got Shovel Knight in.
Yeah, no, it's got like extremely masculine Yakuza Shovel Knight.
Yeah. It's got Isaac from Binding of Isaac, right?
Yeah. It's just a mishmash of indie game characters, but it's like an extremely Japanese 2D flavored game.
Yeah, I mean, they call it like I don't know, maybe Ty would call this like a simplified fighting game for noobs, but like I didn't really see it like that. It had like
I actually don't see it like that.
Is like light attack, heavy attack, special, like meters and like blocking and airs and dashing and stuff. Like I was like, this is like way more complicated than I thought it was going to be. I mean, I had a good time. I chose the Shovel Knight, of course, and I just like wailing on this guy, and I was doing these kind of like almost like a Raiden style dash in the air with his shovel like spinning around, or maybe it was more like M Bison kind of thing, but like Psycho Crusher kind of thing.
Right.
And that was fun. But it's completely in Japanese, and you can't change it to English, which is why I kind of wanted to play this one because like if you buy it off the Japanese eShop, it's only in Japanese or Chinese. It's one of those kind of Asian locked languages. So like I would have to buy it on the European one if I want it in English. So like I really wanted to know why. I actually talked to the one of the ladies that worked at Piki, and I was like, why did you do that? And they're just like, oh well, we just wanted we had an Asian version and a Western version. I was like, yeah, but why do you not have English in the Asian version?
Why don't you just have like a worldwide version?
Yeah, I literally said that, and she was just like, oh well, that's the way we published it. I'm like, oh brilliant, thanks for that answer, mate.
By the way, I was kind of doing a little bit of digging about Piki, and because I knew I had seen this name before. They were responsible for bringing a lot of other Western games to 3DS and Wii U, 1001 Spikes, Elliot Quest, Ika-chan, V, like that.
So, you actually pronounced the game like that? I thought it was just 6 Vs.
Yeah, it's V 6 times. That's the way you say it.
V 6 times, there you go.
Oh, okay.
Or you can something new every day. Or you can do what Danny did and sound like an idiot.
Yeah, wouldn't be the first time.
Nor the last.
Exactly.
So next one, like, so this game, it was actually in a couple of places. So I guess it was made in Germany. Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom. So it was in like the indie section, but it was also in the German kind of game section, because like there were a bunch of like country flavored areas. Like there was a Netherlands one, or Games from Holland, and there was the German one, and there was a Korean one and other stuff. So I played Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom. I actually played it in the indie section, and this game was actually a part of the last Direct, the Nintendo Direct that we had, and it was one of the most standout titles because it was just like this. Well, I think me and a lot of people assumed it was like not a sequel, but like another game in the what is it called, Monster World series. Because there was like was it a Mega Drive or a Master System remake?
Yeah, there were a few of those. I think that didn't that series actually start in arcades?
But like I'm talking about like the modern remake that was like
the modern remake
this year or last year, right?
I don't know, man.
And it's one of those games where you can just like click in the control stick and flick it between the original graphics and the modern graphics. So like it plays literally like the okay, I'm just going to go ahead and say it's a Master System game because I think that's what it is. I could be wrong, but like you could play it the way you played it. I mean, the what do you call it? The physics and everything was like the Master System game, but or you can make it look like a brand, fresh, amazing HD looking modern game, but it still played like the Master System game. So, and this game looks like that, but when I was talking to the guys at the booth, they were like, yeah, a lot of people make that mistake, but this has got literally nothing to do with it. This is Monster Boy, not Monster World. And it's nothing to do with that game whatsoever,
Yeah, actually, I was playing Monster World, like the original, a little while ago.
Master System game?
Yeah, the first one is arcade.
Okay.
And then it was either Master System or Mega Drive, and then there was like another Mega Drive one and another one.
Right. It's like, we don't have Mario, so let's just keep churning out these games.
Right.
I think there was even one like preloaded on one of the Master System consoles, if I remember correctly. Like if you turned on the Master System without a game in it, like one of those was like on it.
Interesting, if true.
Yeah, but anyway, we're talking about a series that is nothing to do with this one. So it's like, it basically is just incredible HD, crisp, kind of like hand-drawn, anime, whatever you want to call it, like sprites. It's amazing. Like it's like Shantae, but like I was kind of like put off by the last Shantae game. I mean, I didn't play it, but just like they kind of had like these kind of half 3D like polygonal like backgrounds and stuff, and then like nice 2D, and it just didn't quite sit right with me. This is not like that. This is all 2D, all hand-drawn stuff, and it looks incredible. Like animation is so good.
It's very pretty.
Really, really pretty. Yeah. And we've got like 2 videos of like the easy stage and the hard stage from Tokyo Game Show. So basically you play as the boy in the easy stage, and it's just like a scrolling platformer. You got like a sword and stuff, you kill enemies like that, with some like simple puzzles and stuff. And you can like buy items. Like in the easy stage with the boy, you go along and then you reach a shop and you buy some iron boots, and you get some iron boots, and you can sink to the bottom of the water, and then you can go under the water and get a treasure chest which unlocks something that you need to progress through the level. It's like, it's not like adventure game, it's just very, very simple thing like that. But it's just like, it's just a nice little extra layer to it. It's not just simple run and gun, run, kill everything kind of thing. There are little tasks, little items you have to get. And then the hard stage was the frog, and the frog's got like a tongue that comes out like a grappling hook. And this one, it lets you rappel up stuff, and like it's got like tension to it and stuff. And he's got a sword, like an ice sword that can turn water into ice and stuff like that. And he can actually on the fly turn into a pig who's got a different set of moves and stuff like that. And I don't know. Oh shit! Am I allowed to say that? Well, there's other animals. I think
if it was in the demo, why the hell not?
Yeah. Well, no, the thing that you told me about wasn't in the demo. But like, let's just say there are some very cool animals that you can unlock and play as that you wouldn't expect, and they've all got like different moves and stuff like that. So it'd be interesting. Like maybe I think I asked him, can you play all the levels with any of the animals? And I think he said yes, but like some animals would make it very difficult, and like some are like much easier. But I think you can. But there might be parts where you simply cannot pass with certain animals. But pretty much you can do any way you want it. And visually it's just it's incredible, and great music as well. So definitely check out those videos. Super amazing. Danny, you went to Sega's booth.
Oh, fuck.
So did Ty apparently.
Yeah. I got to play Team Sonic Racing. It was just there, and there was like nobody there, so I was like, okay, I'll just go and play. And I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah. I didn't, but I have a lot of opinions about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't impressed. Okay, I will say that I did because they said, do you want to do easy or hard? And of course I chose easy because I didn't want to lose, but I still lost.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. No, man, like one thing that you have to do, like whenever you're driving, you have to, there's a drift function. I think it's with maybe like ZR, LR, whatever. And if you don't do that, you are just going to go flying off the course. And, you know, in a really good kind of visual thing that they did, there were like tires, like, you know, right around one of these curves. And as I just crashed through all of them, and then I was like, okay, that's fucking great. But when I came back around the next lap, the tires that I had like hit were still kind of just laying around. So that was actually kind of cool.
You're playing this on Switch?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, it looks okay. It seems, it could just be because it was on the easy mode, but it did seem like it was a little bit slow.
So that affects the like 150cc.
That's my guess. I hope that's, if it's this slow all the time, that's just not good.
How ironic.
Sonic. Yeah, the weapons and stuff seem kind of this, you know, nothing special.
So Ty, tell me why I'm wrong when I think that this looks like the most boring game ever. This doesn't have any of the Sega characters in, by the way. This is only Sonic and his shitty friend.
Oh, fuck that then.
Yeah, that's kind of the disappointing thing. Like, because if I wanted to play that, what was it called? Sonic Racing Transformed? Yeah. Like, you'd have to go back and play that on Wii U, right? But like, I'm like, okay, new Sonic game coming, racing game, could be cool. And it's like, okay, they've taken out all those extra kind of cool Sega characters out. And it's now just Sonic.
Sonic and his shitty friends.
Shitty friends. Like, right. Well, okay, you've just lost me immediately. No thanks.
Yeah.
That was one of the most, you know, cool thing, right? You're playing as like the Shenmue guy. What's his name?
Ryo. Yeah.
Ryo.
In an arcade cabinet. That's like amazing.
Yeah. Or the other one where he gets the forklift. Godlike.
Yeah. I mean,
and Wreck-It Ralph for some reason.
Yeah, special guest.
Wasn't there someone else really like out of place, like a actual real life woman? Was she like a NASCAR racer or something like that? Or
I don't know.
Something like that.
I just got it on Xbox, actually. I'll let you know.
Okay. So, I mean, Danny, we played Mario Kart 8 Deluxe quite recently for the Patreon stream last month, and sorry, this month, and so it doesn't even compare.
Not really. I mean, I think that I'm not giving it enough of a fair shake, but from this a little bit I played, it just seems kind of uninspired. I don't know. I still kind of think that about some parts of Mario Kart 8.
I think that about the entirety of Mario Kart 8.
All right. We know this.
Well, Ty hasn't played Deluxe, but you know.
I have.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, guess what I think about it? It fucking sucks.
So we have Nickelodeon Kart coming out for you, Ty. So
yeah, it's probably better than Mario Kart.
Yeah.
And there was another one, wasn't it? Like Fruit Racing?
Fruit Ninja Kart. No,
yep.
Is that real?
I know.
Yeah.
I just made it up.
It's like Fruit Racing or something, like Super Fruit Racing, where you're like driving pieces of fruit around.
You're like a Chiquita banana, but without the licensing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think of when I think of Team Sonic Racing. Just like Mario Kart without any of the actual gameplay.
Well, to be fair, fruit is a pretty well-loved thing around the world. You can't go wrong with that. I mean, Sonic, on the other hand, it's a very divisive series. So,
I want to be Big the Cat.
Right. It's like, I want to be Apple. I want to be Pear. You know, it's...
Jesus Christ.
I can't hate on that.
Next. What can I talk about next? Oh, let's go to... So the Indie Booth, sponsored by Nintendo. Oh, Ty, you played this as well. Awesome. Ninja Warriors once again.
Yeah, that game is like the peak of Japanese Super Nintendo art design.
Nice. Yeah, I really liked it.
James, in your in your photo, that because you said Super Famicom, but I clearly saw a Famicom sitting on a table. I didn't see a Super Famicom anywhere.
Oh, were you checking out my photo gallery?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the hidden prizes, you know. In case you didn't know, we've got the Tokyo Game Show hub page, and we've got a couple of photo galleries. And for mine, I thought it would be fun to be like, you know, get people to find certain things in photos. Yeah, there's a Famicom and there's a Super Famicom. The Super Famicom is on this booth.
Gotcha. I figured it was.
Ninja Warriors once again.
Yeah, but you said Super Famicom, and I clearly saw the Famicom. I was like, oh my god, did James mess up the systems?
Nope. There's both.
Okay.
There is both. There's
Nice,
a Famicom and a Super Famicom.
Okay, cool.
Look harder, Danny.
Yeah, I suck, dude.
Write in if you find the Super Famicom on our photo gallery. So yeah, it's amazing because like, I mean, looks, it sounds, it plays like a Super Nintendo, Super Famicom game, but it's just all high res and beautiful and redrawn and everything. I mean, the guys at the booth, they didn't speak a word of English, and they were kind of like surprised that a foreigner was like coming over and playing their game. But like, and then afterwards, after playing through the demo, I played through as the what would he was like, I don't know, half robot, half policeman. I don't know what he was. But it reminds me a lot of one of my favorite scrolling beat 'em ups from the Super Nintendo era. Ty, I don't know if you remember this one, the Batman Returns one. There could have been a couple of Batman Returns ones, but like,
no, there was the one that Konami put out, and it was based on a Tim Burton movie.
Yes, that's the one I'm talking about.
Vividly.
And if you walked into enemies, he grabbed them by the throat, right?
Yeah, boy.
And he could, like, I think he'd actually pick up two people and then crack their heads together.
Maybe.
Right? Do you remember that? And he had a grappling hook, which you could just swing across the screen and just kick people.
Yeah, that was badass.
But that would actually take health off you. That was the punishment for using it, because it was pretty powerful. So you couldn't use it too much. But then there was the amazing bit at the end of the first stage. And it ends, like, because there's that amazing bit in the movie where Batman kind of like, fires the grappling hook at the guy, and he goes, "You missed," and then he just pulls the thing out the wall and smacks him in the back of the head.
Right.
Like, that's in the game, and I just fucking would play that first level over and over again because I just love that bit so much. So anyway, that back to Ninja Warriors once again. This game plays a lot like that. Like, it's got like a lot of the same moves. There's like a kind of dash, like kind of sliding dash.
I believe Ninja Warriors again is actually only on a 2D plane.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, you're right. Batman Returns does have a up and down, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's kind of a big deal.
Yeah. But like, yeah, it looks so good. And then after I played it, he said, like, you can play the Super Famicom game. I was like, what? And it was right there on this like CRT TV. And there's like an actual Super Famicom there, like right next to it. And I was like, shit. And I played it with a different character, same stage. And yeah, it's exactly the same. Like, it's like, but then you're playing on this CRT TV, and it's tiny and it's grainy and stuff. And then right next to it,
God intended.
The way God intended. So yeah, it was just like, yeah, it just feels like a high res Super Famicom game. It's amazing what they've done. And I said, is this going to be called the same in English? And he was like, English? English version? I guess they haven't really thought about an international release yet.
That's somehow just so perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, they were like, yeah, super Japanesey guys.
It's really true to its roots.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, good luck to them. But yeah, I liked it. So Danny, are there any other games? I'm trying to take turns here, so it's not just me talking all the time.
Basically, all of the games that we have left, I have not. You're the only one that played these. Okay, maybe I'll just pick a couple of good ones out. Hammerworld. Well, Hammerworld. We joked about this in the preview show, so we kind of have to talk about it, don't we? Right.
Hammerworld Dimension Traveler, the sequel to Project Hammer and Octopath Traveler. I actually made that joke to the developer, and he laughed.
Nice.
It's it's basically like a Metroid Prime style adventure game, like 3D first person adventure game, but it's just like super kind of like cutesy, kind of cheesy kind of look to it. It's like you basically, you've only got one weapon, that's a hammer, and you can kind of, I think you said you can upgrade it, which you couldn't do with the demo, but like it's kind of like a like chunky 3D pixel kind of look to it, like a Minecraft kind of hammer.
Mm-hmm.
But like the world itself is like smooth 3D. It's not like, it's not a Minecraft world at all. It's like a regular 3D polygonal world, but it's like cell shaded and very kind of simple colors. And he called it a 3D Metroidvania, but like it felt very just kind of one path, just kind of like picking up these orbs and just following a path. But apparently it does branch out and you can do stuff. Yeah, I guess the demo was just very, very limited, so it didn't really give a good impression of what the final game was going to be like. But you know, it was kind of interesting. The enemies were all like these kind of mushroom kind of looking people. They were all like that. They're just like variations, like different colored versions of the same enemy. You know, you see that in a lot of indie games when they're kind of early. You know, it's just like the same enemy, copy and pasted. You know, 100 times.
Oh, you see that in Zelda too sometimes.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just change the color slightly. So yeah, that's got a long way to go, I guess. The next one, I think maybe Ty would like this next one. It's called Astalon Tears of the Earth.
Ooh.
And it's basically like a Castlevania game. You play as like it's like chibified characters.
Okay.
Looks very Castlevania, and you got 3 characters that you can switch between, like a mage and a warrior.
Like
and
Jonathan and Charlotte, and Jonathan and Charlotte. Charlotte.
Yeah, those guys. They're all there.
I hope that joke registered.
No, it didn't. Sorry.
Fuck. You guys don't play enough video games.
What's a video
Says the guy who didn't play anything at TGS.
Right.
So Castlevania.
Well, to be fair,
you tag back and forth between 2 characters, and they very annoyingly say their voices every time.
Oh, okay.
I mean, to be fair, Ty, I mean, you probably play more video games in like a regular day than what we played at all the last Famicast TGSs combined.
That's right. All of wait till you see the fucking haunted bullshit I pulled out of a bargain bin this time.
Hey-yo.
Look at this shit right here. It's a fucking Xbox 360 visual novel I got for like $4, and it comes with a hand towel of the main character.
Wow.
A what towel?
A hand towel. Look at this shit. Special edition.
I don't think you're supposed to wipe your hands on it.
That's not, yeah.
It's fine, I don't.
It's got a girl with a bikini on, by the way, in case you're just listening to the audio version. So yeah, this is weird because it was like, you know, like 8-bit kind of sprite, but like chibi kind of, you know, super deformed kind of looking characters. But it was really blurry, but not in a kind of CRTV on purpose kind of way, like they kind of got the resolution wrong kind of way, or something like that. Like even the font,
like it's running through one of the less desirable filters.
Yeah, something like that. Like the fonts were not quite right. Like it wasn't like a nice jaggedy look to it. It was kind of like a blurry kind of smooth look, which looks kind of wrong.
Like I'm looking at a video right now. It looks like a filter.
Yeah, I don't know if that was intentional or not, but yeah, I gave feedback on the guys for that, and so I said, yeah, get right on that, mate, in those exact words.
It's got to be crisp.
Yep. But the weird thing was, like, you had to kind of go back to this room to change characters. Like, there was a room where there was like 3 switches that you needed all different characters to open them, but like you had to just switch one and then walk all the way back to this other room, change guy, and then walk all the way
Kong
back.
64 flashback there.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that needs to be like on a button. Otherwise, that game is just going to be ruined.
Yeah, it's gross.
I can skip a bunch of these kind of small ones. Oh, I finally got to play Fight Night. I watched a lot of it at Bit Summit, but I didn't get to play it because, you know, every time... Because the developer really wanted to show off the game. He was giving like everyone like 15 minutes or something like that. So, and every time I went there, I just couldn't play it. So I was just watching. But yeah, I actually got to play it this time. And
real man's game.
Yeah, it's actually a new build. So it's got like, you know, more levels, more stuff.
I heard they redid the graphics, like a lot of it.
Yeah, it looks... man, how would you describe the graphics?
It's
a unique look for sure.
Yeah, it really is.
Like sometimes I'm thinking like original Doom, and then I'm like, no, it's not that. It's like, I don't know.
It's like what was that system that Rare used to develop on? A Spectrum or a different one? Before they made
Spectrum, yeah.
Yeah, it's like that if it was running a 3D engine.
Yeah, like, but you know, obviously it's, you know, intentional, and
yeah.
So it's like blown up kind of sprites kind of thing, but they're crisp at the same time. It's kind of, yeah, it's weird. But it's like, it's a very dark kind of brown color game. Well, at least the bits that I played.
Yeah, the parts I played, it switches all sorts of crazy ass colors.
Right, and the
you're gonna be
character,
in like a green dungeon, a purple dungeon, a blue dungeon.
yeah, like kind of, but like only ever like one color at a time kind of thing.
Right.
You're in the purple zone or whatever. And
Right.
even the enemies themselves were also like those kind of big blown up sprite kind of look, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, like a Spectrum sprite had kind of come to life and come into a 3D game and grown to a giant size.
Yeah, and they kind of bounce and flop around.
But yeah, it's really fun. And like I kind of found it, nobody was there at the time, and I just kind of like struggling through it, and then the guy came back and he's like, oh, by the way, you can block. So like then I could like deflect stuff, like it kind of crosses his arms.
There's actually like a lot of depth to the moving and the fighting.
Yeah, I guess the fighting it's kind of like I don't know how to describe it, but like it's kind of like timing based, I guess. Like the enemies kind of throw stuff at you sometimes, and you can kind of block it, cross your arms and block it and hit it back, or maybe you can just punch it back. I don't know, maybe you can do both. But like, yeah, it's just punch basically. Punch and block. I guess when you go into like a fight, it does kind of change the controls a little bit, right, Ty? Like it goes into like a fight mode.
Yeah, it does change. So
yeah,
you're going to be dodging around, weaving around, moving back and forth.
So when you press left and right, you strafe as opposed to turn, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but when you're just traversing like the corridors, then turning right, you actually turn 90 degrees to the right.
Yeah, it's almost like I don't know if you've ever played like some like real like OG like RPG first person RPG games.
Yeah, like one block at a time, kind of you jump forward, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, almost like a board game where you just like one step, one block forward kind of thing.
Right.
But yeah, but it feels good, and it's like it's just lots of unique ideas put together, which is cool. And he's going to spend a lot more time on it. He said this could be like another year out, Ty, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, unique is an understatement for this game.
Right.
It's wild.
Yeah. Oh, and I was playing the Japanese version as well. It's a new,
Yeah, they had a Japanese build last year too.
Oh, really? Okay, cool. Yeah, so it's like going to be localized. Well, yeah, it's been localized, on the same line as it being made. So it's pretty cool.
That's right.
That's Dangen, our boys at Dangen.
Our boys. Yeah. I did join their Discord. They have a Discord.
Nice. Okay. Well, I'm going to talk about this next. It's another kind of Castlevania game, but this is kind of important. I have to talk about this one because, I mean, you might have heard about this from before. It's called Battle Princess Madeline. And this is like, the concept came from a dad wanted to make a Ghosts and Goblins game for his daughter. And, the fact, like obviously the Ghosts and Goblins, it's like a dude in armor, and when you get hit, the armor falls off, right?
Yeah, and also that game is like so difficult. It's like a war crime in some countries.
So this dad, he wanted to make like that, but like, for his daughter. So like the main character is a woman, like a female main character. I'm not sure if it's any easier. I mean, I thought it was slightly easier than Ghosts and Goblins.
I'm looking at a video now. It has a tutorial, so that's one thing.
Yeah. But it looks really nice. It's like 16-bit, I guess. Maybe slightly better than 16-bit.
Yeah, when you look at it, you can tell like the animations are like lifted from like not directly, but just the way the characters animate and move. It's clearly based on Ghosts and Goblins.
Yeah,
Ghosts,
exactly.
Whichever.
It's almost like it could be a secret, sequel or side game from the main game. It's kind of amazing.
Right.
But that's cool. That's cool. Like I know there was like stories of this is happening before, like when a dad had like reprogrammed Zelda to play as Princess Zelda, and then you rescue Link, stuff like that.
That's wholesome.
But like this is like to a whole new level. This is like is making a whole game from scratch. It's like wow.
Yeah, it looks good. I want to play it right now.
Yeah, it plays really well. That's Battle Princess Madeline. And then, well, this one, we've got a video of it, so we should talk about it. It's called Minoria. It's another Dangen game. And yeah, you're going to hear a little bit about it in an upcoming segment in this podcast. Right, then?
Yeah.
It's like a 2D hack and slash game. There's a little bit of magic involved and stuff, but the Dangen guy said it was more like, you know, Dark Souls in the fact that, you know, dodging and rolling out the way is very important. Like, you know, you're gonna die quickly if you don't dodge and stuff. It's the look. It's kind of like a gothic kind of look, but like it's like all female characters. Like the good guys and the bad guys, everyone's female. Like you play as female character, and then, you know, the boss that you play is a female character. Like everyone's female, and they're kind of like, you know, anime style, but like slightly different. You know, kind of not big heads, like bigger than normal heads, bigger than normal eyes, but like bodies are kind of regular. Yeah, and it's got a like interesting look, and yeah, it plays really well. And check out our video. Yeah, we've got a full video of the full level that we had at TGS. And then maybe the last game, because I've kind of got a story to go with it, is this game by Octosoft, a game called Rename, a game that was, again, it was mentioned on the upcoming segment. So on the way to TGS on Thursday, I was on the bus to TGS, which connects like a train station that goes to Makari Messe, the Messe, like the big hall where it's at. And like the bus was absolutely crowded. And I was like right at the front of the bus, like barely any room to move. And then and the doors opened again after they'd closed, and another two guys came on. It's like a foreign like, you know, American dude, and a girl with him. And then we were kind of like standing right, almost like face to face, was like squashed on this bus. And then we just kind of got talking, and he's like, "So you're going to TGS?" I'm like, "Yep." "You going to TGS?" "Yep." And he's like, so I was like, "What are you doing? Are you press? Are you media? What are you doing?" He's like, "Actually, no, I'm presenting. I'm showing off my game called Rename." And I was like, "Okay, cool. What's it about?" You know, got like 20 minutes bus ride. Might as well talk about his game. And then he showed me on his smartphone, and because he was describing it as like procedurally generated, you know, platformer. I was like, okay, you know, that could go either way, you know. But then he showed me the video on his phone. I was like, holy shit, this looks amazing. It's like, you know, like beautiful pixel art, you know, like maybe a little bit more modern looking than Shovel Knight, but like, you know, it's kind of like in that area. Like really, really good looking. I was like, wow, shit. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'll come and check this out, man. And so I did. And it's amazing. I mean, the name is very hard to remember. I'm sure everyone's forgotten it already. Rename. And it's like the spelling is really difficult as well. Yeah. So like
it autofilled it on YouTube for me pretty good.
All right, awesome. I mean, yeah, they're trying to get this pushed out. I believe it was like a Kickstarted game.
Okay.
Right.
And yeah, but it's like it is procedurally generated, but not in the bad way. Like where you start off in a town where you get a bunch of missions and you can buy items and stuff like that. That never changes. And then you proceed to the next area, and it's like, you know, stage 1 or whatever, forest stage. That's procedurally generated, but it's not like completely different. It's like it has the same vibe, but just like, you know, the platforms are in, you know, different places. You know, it's not like vastly completely different, you know, but it's like it's enough to make it, you know, feel varied. And then, you know, if you die, you go back to the town, and then, you know, that forest level is being regenerated. It's slightly different again.
Yeah.
So, but you keep all the money and everything that you collected. So when you go back to the town, oh, that's kind of reminds me of a game that I played recently, right? Shit, what was that?
Shovel Knight.
Dead Cells?
I'm sorry?
Dead Cells?
I didn't play Dead Cells.
Okay, I had just thrown them out there.
Oh, no, Kero Blaster. Yeah, that's like another game where you kind of, you know, you die a lot, but you keep all your coins, and then you upgrade your weapons and stuff like that. It's kind of like that. Except, yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I remember you said that.
So yeah, everything you collect, you know, it doesn't matter, you know. You're gonna have it, and you can buy like partner characters. Like I bought this like dog that followed me around and like killed, you know, enemies for me. Kind of like It's like a pixel art version of Poochie from that Yoshi game. It's kind of fun. Yeah, and then when you complete certain tasks and get certain items, then you go back to the town, and then people will, people that you talk to that ignored you or whatever will like, treat you differently and give you new quests or give you items and stuff like that. So like, yeah, it's like a really nice kind of progression system, and it's always feels fresh. So
I like how fast the character moves in this game.
Yeah, it's got really good momentum to it, and there's like a lot of nuance to the controls. Like you can roll, jump like off ledges. Like, there'll be a few pixels off the ledge before you can jump. So you can get some really long jumps out of it. Like, if you got the balls, you can like really get a lot of distance from your jump. He was trying to show me he showed me like it, and it was like, yeah, wow. Yeah, with practice, you can do some really cool stuff. So yeah, it's really one to look out for. And we've got a video on YouTube, and people were commenting about the music, how like it's completely insane. Like it's like a professionally recorded, like you could release this on a CD like as a regular song, and people wouldn't even know it's from the video game. But it's almost like too good from like when you look at the game that you're playing, you imagine like like Shovel Knight, you got like classic kind of 8-bit tunes or whatever. But it's like it's a full band. It's like real orchestrated music, and then on one of the stages it's actually got lyrics, like people singing, and like you'll hear in the Dangan interview, they'll mention about it as well. It's crazy.
It's great. I think I love it.
Yeah, definitely one to look out for. Yeah, so yeah, for more, I mean, we've been talking a lot. I mean, we could talk for another hour about the games that I played. It's insane. But yeah, just check the Family Chatting. We've got like a full list and stuff like that, so check it out.
Yep.
Famicast that game.
Yeah, like as James was alluding to as well. I mean, we have one more little tiny thing about TGS to get to after this next bit. If you're watching us on YouTube, I'm sorry, this next part.
Please understand.
Please understand. This next part is going to be exclusive to podcast listeners. So if you want to listen to the podcast version, you can hear this next awesome interview that we have with Dangan. Yeah, trust me, it's something that you don't want to miss. It's about 30 minutes long, so we're going to go ahead and cut to that right now.
Dangan.
Wasn't that great?
Dangan.
Again, if you're watching the video version, please be sure to check out the audio version of the podcast, Famicast.
Holy shit, that was awesome. It's a shame I couldn't talk to those guys with you. That's
right?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Friends of the show. Now officially, friends of the show, Dangan Entertainment.
Yep.
You're welcome. Cool. They're all cool guys. And they actually have 2 guys called Dan.
Yeah, I know. I mean, right?
Amazing.
So one last thing, I know Ty did this, has stuff. So I mean, TGS is all about the merch. There's a bunch of merchandise, a bunch of cool stuff that you can buy. Some stuff you can get for free. Usually the stuff that you can buy is probably a little bit cooler than what you get for free. But Ty, I think I saw something behind you. It looked like some swag.
Yep.
Is that TGS swag?
It is. I bought some of the finest t-shirts available in the world. Well, first, let me show you. I'm repping my gang colors right now. Taito, bitch.
Yeah, yeah. Nice Taito shirt there.
Tato.
Potato.
Yeah.
I love potato.
Right.
Oh, they had a nice little booth, didn't they? It was like a little arcade, wasn't it?
Was it?
Oh, you didn't. That's not actually from the Taito booth.
I'm thinking of the
merch.
The merch booth. It's a separate thing, I imagine.
Oh, they had some actual like Pac-Man. Was it Pac-Man? No, it wasn't Pac-Man. It was like old ass cabinets there as well.
Oh, maybe those are over on the other side, away from the badass T-shirts.
Check out the TGS photo gallery. You can find it.
All right. Yeah. Now, how about this bad boy? Are you ready?
Hope so.
It's Karnov, bitch.
Oh shit! Fake or real? It's back.
Oh, it's very real. Karnov is a god. A god among men.
The only thing that I remember from the merch booth was the Dead or Alive girls section.
Oh yeah. Somebody asked
Holy
me to
shit.
go look for the butt and booby mouse pads, but I don't think they're on sale yet. Like they were just showing prototypes. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Like they haven't
getting
sold them before, or
Like you could not buy them there in any case.
Like how many squeezes it can like withstand before it bursts.
Right. It's still like it's like a highly sensitive scientific development there. It's undergoing.
yes.
Yeah, I took a picture of it.
And if you want
the gallery,
closer look at the crown jewel of shirts here.
is this just Ty showing shit section now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I bought the swag, so deal with it.
Deal.
It's Bubble Bobble.
Yeah.
Censored. Why is he censored? He's got black bars across his eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Reasons.
That's what they do in Japan when they want to, like, you know, make somebody anonymous, right? They
Right.
put black bars across their eyes.
When they're accused of a serious crime.
That's right.
Yeah. Good job.
Cool.
Yeah.
There you go.
And they
Tune
had
in
this
next week.
They had this bad boy too. But I actually got this at Evo. This is the official Eddie neck pillow for the Guilty Gear fans out there. And just slap this on your neck and sleep on the subway.
Nice. Yeah, I bought a nice Captain Toad plushie. He's in another room, but I also bought a family stadium Famicast little baseball pin. I thought this was pretty cool.
All right.
Yeah, that's about all the
We
swag.
kind of have to mention this one because we mentioned it on the preview episode. But the can badge, do you remember that from the last episode? This was from the level 5 booth, and they actually had them in gachapons, like, you know, the capsules, and you had to take it from a whole, you know, pile of them, and then it was one of, I don't know, 20 or something like that.
Yeah, James,
random ones.
I got the same exact.
I got the same dude.
Same one. I don't know. It's in Fantasy Life Online.
Oh, Carpenter, it says.
Yeah, I think I got 2 of these things.
Fantasy Life Online. That's the shitty mobile game, isn't it?
Yep.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to set up some kind of competition to win all of this shit. I mean, amazing stuff.
Yeah, great stuff.
Actually, you know that Kera Blaster? I had a Kera Blaster badge. I tried to give this away. I said, like, if you want it, write in. I'll give it to you. Nobody wrote in.
If I write it, can I get it?
I've actually played and completed Kera Blaster, so now I want it again. So screw you. When I was giving it away, I wasn't really interested in Kera Blaster. Now it's great. I couldn't keep it. Screw you guys.
There you go. Okie doke.
All right then.
Well, and you know, like James said, we have a lot more stuff that we could talk about with TGS, but we will never end this episode. So we're going to go ahead and leave it at that. Be sure to check out all of our content here on YouTube. Also check out Famicast.com for more of that stuff as well. But we're going to move on to a little bit of news. And before we get into the crap load of news that we missed out on between the last episode and now, a couple of other tiny, kind of major announcements kind of happened during TGS.
Right.
Yeah, one of which being that the Ace Attorney trilogy is coming to Switch, PS4, Xbone, and PC in early 2019.
All right.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, there's a version of this on 3DS. I have it. Of course, you can get it on DS. You probably get this stuff on mobile, but that's cool. Yeah, good games
in HD.
Yeah, Last it was in HD on smartphones about 7 years ago.
Okay. I guess right. Yeah.
Wait, did they redraw the characters, or are they going to be huge, chunky pixels?
Yes.
I'm not sure. I mean, I know with the mobile stuff, as far as I know, it's all like this crisper looking stuff. Yep. Might want to do a Google search on that one for more details.
This next one is hilarious.
Yeah, James, you want to take that?
Beautiful. So, you know, I've been trolling Dragon Quest 11 for how long now? 3 years on Switch, the Switch version specifically. So it's out in the West. You know, people are playing it, loving it. the Western version has voice acting and has a bunch of other stuff that speeds up the game. And yeah, it's out. And then still nothing about the Switch version. You know, people have literally played it all around the world now. It's in English and Japanese all around the world on PS4. And still nothing with the Switch version. People are like, oh, wait for TGS, wait for TGS. They're going to show something at TGS, guaranteed. So as part of their stage event, they said, yeah, Switch version is called Dragon Quest XI S. See you later. Didn't show any footage.
Yeah.
Didn't show a single screenshot. So yeah, I'm still right. I'm still right.
There it is.
Still doesn't exist. So you go to TGS, have a stage event, announce Dragon Quest XI for Switch, and don't show a single fucking second of footage of it.
Well, to be fair,
guys.
it's been announced for Switch for a very long time. But
yeah, when it was for the NX.
I agree, man. It's kind of stupid.
It's beyond stupid. Yeah. I mean, that guy, it's the same guy. Is it like every time he comes on, it's like he's got like a slight smile in his face, like, yeah, we're still working on it. Say it, just fuck off. Don't even announce it if you're not going to show anything, you idiot.
Yep.
Ridiculous. But at least we know it's going to have the voice in it, and it's not going to be small. The S doesn't stand for small, apparently. It stands for Switch or Shabaru, which means talk.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense in English.
Yeah, right. It could be special.
Speak. Well, I guess speak. Yeah. Speaking edition. But anyway. Stupid.
Yeah.
People are actually excited for that. They were like, "Yeah, we're going to see the Switch version. I mean, it'll be playable." And it's like, no, it isn't.
I mean,
it's still barely running. I bet it's broken as shit. Still working on it.
Maybe they'll do a streaming version of it.
Yeah.
Cloud streaming. Can't wait.
There you laugh.
Yep,
might happen.
Well, moving on to some more news. There was a Nintendo Direct that happened, obviously.
Yeah, but it was...
There it is. Thank you, James. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff. Actually, oh man, it's actually kind of funny because James, like, you were like specifically like, dude, no fucking Final Fantasies on Switch, no mainline, and that was true up to that point until they just decided to make that not true.
I forced their hand.
Yeah, you could thank.
I called their bluff.
Yeah, you thank James.
Yep. What?
Yes. All the Final Fantasies, well, except for one, are going to be making their way on the Switch in 2019. Final Fantasy 7, 9, 10, 10, 2, 12, all coming. 8.
You're welcome.
Yeah, 8 isn't coming
for
whatever reason.
Is 8 on the PlayStation Mini, or is that just like a rumor?
PlayStation Mini.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, no, that's not confirmed either way.
Yeah, that's the rumor.
7's confirmed, but
I just heard it was because it was trash.
Also a possibility, but it does have its fans.
Yep, it's true. I'm not one of them, but
yeah. Well, on 8.4, it seemed like, even the guys who really like Final Fantasy on that podcast were like, it has its fans, but they're not very vocal fans. It's like whatever, not as vocal as like 7 fans, for example.
Right.
But yeah, it's crazy. So there you go. You'll be able to play Cloud in Smash Brothers and then play Cloud's game. Yeah. All on the same console.
Yeah.
Finally.
Imagine
Funny to think about if you ever lived in like 1996.
That's right.
Yeah.
I never forget that that poster that Square ran in the UK. I'm not sure if this was shown in America as well. But I'm talking like billboard. Like, massive billboard, and it was that view of the city in Final Fantasy VII, whatever that city's called, that pre-rendered city.
Yeah, Midgar.
And then
Midgar was the world.
No, Midgar was the city.
And the caption was, here's the punchline. The caption on the poster was some bullshit number, whatever it was, 80 million polygons, full stop, never on a cartridge. And that was the tagline. It was just a giant middle finger to Nintendo. That's just like, wow. back in the good old console wars in the 90s.
Yeah, things were brutal. Like, didn't matter what region you were in. There was you always had to choose a side. That's what it kind of seems like, right?
Yeah, straight up calling them out. Yamauchi, middle finger right in Yamauchi's face. Yep. How do you like this, bitch?
Yeah, then he made many discs.
All right then.
Moving on. This is something of general interest, I think, because during the Nintendo Direct on the Japan version, there was a surprise announcement that didn't come to the West. It's something that's not coming to the West, and this is Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which is coming out for the Switch, Japan only, as a cloud-based game.
Oh.
Japan is the only country in the world with good internet, so that's why.
Yeah, so I mean, it's set to come out October 5th. It's going to be 8,400 yen, which is the standard price on the PS4 and Xbox versions of this game. Ooh, the only thing here is, similar to Resident Evil, there is a time limit for how long you can actually, quote unquote, own this game.
It's probably related to the servers, isn't it? Like, we've paid for the servers for X amount of time.
Yeah. And okay, I'm not saying this is good, but I'm saying it makes sense based on this, because Resident Evil 7 on the Switch, it's basically like 2,000 yen a month. Or I'm sorry, 2,000 yen every 6 months. So multiply that by 4, boom, you got basically the same pricing structure.
2 years, 2-year rental.
Yeah, so that's kind of weird, but I really want to try it out to see. I mean, because Assassin's Creed is a completely different type of game than Resident Evil 7, so it's going to be interesting to see if they can.
Do you need timing and you need pixel perfect timing for those kind of games, right?
Not really
pixel perfect, but I mean it's action based, so I mean if there's
you need some reactions sometimes, but not super harsh. It's not like a fighting game.
No, yeah, right.
Right, yeah.
That'll be the day.
It's all Calibur 6 Cloud Edition.
Crisp ass 1-frame links.
Yeah. So I'm really thinking about picking this up, and if I do, I mean obviously keep it locked to our YouTube channel so you can see how it performs, and
hopefully they have a demo to let you try out your stream, try out your connection, right?
Well, there's no information about that right now. Nintendo's, I mean, on the Ubisoft Japan website, they do have mention of it, like a box art. I don't know why they put a box art, because it's not physical. But
actually, yeah, that's a good point. Are they going to sell download cards or have a physical box with a code in it or something?
Yeah, good question. Because I mean, they don't really have any information about that. The Japanese website just has it listed on the calendar, but you can't click into it. You can't
also,
get
if I buy this 2 years from now, if I buy it 730 days from October 5th, whenever that is, if I buy it, whatever, 2020, will it be 730 days from then?
You'll probably get an email saying, please understand.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I imagine they're gonna stop selling it 2 years before they shut down the servers.
Or reduce the price.
Yeah. I may be optimistic here.
No, they
Maybe
won't.
It'll go down like 1,000 yen in price every year or something.
No, they won't do that.
But it's not Nintendo, it's Ubisoft.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
I got every Assassin's Creed game for free or under $10 or by accident.
I like Assassin's Creed. I like
They're
the series.
Fun. I have all of them.
Yeah, I don't even have all of them. I have one on Wii U, for crying out loud, a Japanese one. 3.
Right? I have
America.
I have a Black Flag on 2 different platforms.
Hey, that's the only one I've played, and I got bored 50% of the way through the game.
You suck, man. That's a great game.
It's fine.
Okay.
You play any individual one? I would say you play Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah, that's what everyone says, isn't it?
That's a really good one. I love that. Yep. Well, James,
coming soon to Switch on the cloud.
On the
Assassin's
cloud.
Creed 1 to whatever.
Expires 2 years from purchase.
Yep.
James, so during the Nintendo Direct, they talked a little bit about a Splatoon update. You're a resident Splatoon dude.
Cool. I'm glad you added this on. Yeah, I actually had, amazingly, I managed to squeeze in some Splatfest time in fucking TGS week which
Oh,
is like,
nice.
you know, our busiest week, you know, ever, aside from Bit Summit. And yeah, I managed to squeeze in a couple of hours of Splatfest. So this goes hand in hand with the version 4. Oh, no, yeah, version 4 update.
Is it? Okay.
So the Splatfest rules have changed. So what I've noticed, I don't actually have the nitty gritty details written down here, but like from what I noticed, like before it used to be to go from the first level, for example, on Splatfest, it used to be like, you know, 10 points, but they've now done it to 100, but you get points in increments of 20. So it's basically they've just kind of made all the points bigger, but in essence, it doesn't really change anything. You know,
Okay.
instead of going up to 4, 6, 8, it's just like 20, 40, 60, 80. You know, so it's like, okay, I don't know why they did that.
That's weird.
But anyway, now it used to be like Splatfest Power, but now they call it Clout, like Splatfest Clout. It's like, you know, basically a collaboration of like all your teams, like Clout, you know, becomes your team Clout. And they now assign like kind of, I think it's like randomized names to your team. So like it basically analyzes like all the players on your team and like, for example, what weapon they use or like what their style of play is. And it'll give you a name based on those stats. So like if you play with a bunch of guys, like the same guys, like, and let's say you're all rollers, it'll call you like the, you know, the squid rollers or something like that.
So it's kind of like,
you know,
GoldenEye, Perfect Dark type of thing. Like,
yeah. So yeah, things like that. So I know, yeah, that's pretty cool. And yeah, you get more points for doing more stuff. Like I can't remember. I mean, I've got a stream going up soon. Probably after all the TGS stuff has died down, I'll put that up on the YouTube channel, so you can see what all these changes are. And then also, I didn't actually run into this, but there's actually now matches which give you times 10 or times 100 points.
Whoa.
So like, and it's just kind of random. Like you'll just start the game and it'll just go boom. You know, you're in a times 10 match, and it's like, holy shit, I gotta win this, right? And even rarer ones, the times 100 ones. And now they've actually got this kind of news ticker at the bottom, which is like a new addition, and it'll say, you know, whatever team, whatever, just won a times 100 match, and it'll have all the players' names. So like if you win a times 100 match, you're going to be shown globally, you know, to all Splatoon players in the world, which is pretty cool. It's like, hey, it's me, mom. You know, there it is.
Don't care.
Yeah, no one cares. Yeah, and they had a bunch of new weapons as well, like these kind of black and white decorated weapons. And there's like one of every kind of weapon in the game that they've added, which is pretty cool. And a bunch of new clothes and stuff like that as well. And there's soon going to be a new stage, which kind of looks like a Japanese temple kind of thing. And I don't have the name of it offhand. But I believe that's going to be the final, if not one of the last stages they're going to add to the game. They're going to add more content, but like it could be the last stage, which, you know, I'm fine with that. I mean, there's more than enough stages, and they've added like so many new ones. You know, it's not like they've just recycled old stages.
Yeah.
But it's the same. Like there was one that I really liked from Splatoon 1, based on like a housing complex that hasn't shown up in Splatoon 2. So if this is the last one, it's a shame that we'll never see that one again. You know, I kind of really like that one. But yeah. Are you asking me about the Mario Tennis Ace update? I have no idea.
No. I know that you don't. I don't think any of us care.
There's new characters, I think.
Okay.
A couple of new characters added.
Sure.
new balance patch and a couple of new characters. That's what I heard.
think taking a note out of your book, Jen. Next.
Yep.
One cool thing I was really pleasantly surprised at was the City Skylines is available for Switch immediately after that direct. And I talked about this game on the Famicast. Geez, man, that was like maybe November 2016. I have it on my Mac. And holy crap, that's a great game. That's a really fun game.
Is the frame rate like going to hold up on the Switch?
Well, I'll tell you, even if you have like a pretty beefy PC, because it's a simulation, right? It's not necessarily about the graphics. There's so much stuff going on. I mean, you build a city. There are like individual people that are like walking around and doing things, going on routes in cars.
Sure.
There's things you have to worry about, like garbage management and subway systems that you can make. I mean, it is the city builder. If you want to play a city builder, you play this. I don't give a crap what you're playing it on. Just play it. But even if you have like a pretty high end PC, if you have a city that is massive, you're going to get some slowdown because there's just so much stuff that's going on. And Ty, did you get a chance to play this? I remember you said that maybe you had it or something.
City Skylines, yeah, it's on Xbox One Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
I did download it. I haven't gotten around to playing it.
Yeah, I've been
having the craving for some Sim City, and I saw that was on there. It's like, oh, I can play this for free.
Yeah, dude, it's so much better than any Sim City you've ever played.
Right on.
But yeah, I mean, James, I was trying to look online for just footage of Switch versions, if anybody had like a larger city, but everything I saw was like pretty introductory, so like nothing was chugging. So I think it's yeah, not yet. It yeah.
All right, cool.
Yep. Animal Crossing announced for Switch.
Yeah, I like the double psych out that they did.
Yeah, that was fun.
Even though we know they're coming, we still fall for them. Like the King K. Rool one.
Yeah.
It's King DDD. Oh, no, it isn't. It's King K. Rool.
Yep.
This is like, what was it first? Oh, yeah. What's her name? She's
Isabel.
called Shizuka in Japanese, right? Isabel. Isabel's coming to Switch. It's not a new Animal Crossing game. Oh, but it is.
Yeah.
All right, then.
Yep.
That was one of those kind of like, we have to announce this for the investors, but we don't have anything to show. Right?
Yeah. And I mean, I don't think any of us really are big Animal Crossing fans here on the Famicast right now. I don't know, man. I got my fill in the GameCube version on DS, and it just hasn't changed enough for me personally. Yeah,
unless this introduces something major, amazing, kind of online feature.
I hate to be a negative Nancy, but I just don't see this bringing me back in.
Yeah. So why would you when it sells 10 million copies by not changing anything?
Yeah, right.
Right, especially in Japan.
Yeah.
New Yoshi game is indeed called Yoshi's Crafted World, like we talked about last episode. Coming next year, spring next year.
Yep.
It looks a lot better. They polished it up. It didn't look as like dull and Unreal Tournament engine,
right?
As I saw last time. So yeah, it looked a lot more colorful, a lot more kind of texture and feeling to everything.
I think it just needed more time, and I think it'll be okay. It'll be decent.
It was too early. I mean, they did the same mistake with Yoshi's Woolly World. They released a trailer called a Yoshi for Nintendo Wii, for Nintendo Wii U, and it looked very bare bones. And then they didn't show anything for 3 years, and then the game came out.
Right. Yeah.
They did the same thing with this. It's weird.
Yep.
I like how when you complete the level, you can actually then have to go back through it, but from the other side, so you can kind of see behind all the scenery. So yeah, it's amazing how they've kind of modeled everything from every angle because you're going to see it. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, interesting little mechanic there for sure.
Next one, new Game Freak making a new Pokemon game for Switch.
Yeah, basically, it's called Town, and no Pokemon are involved. So it looks it's an RPG based around a town. Wow.
Slow down there. Slow down there, Einstein. I can't follow.
Right. No, I mean, it's way too early to tell on anything like this, but I think it's great that they're doing some kind of new IP. We'll just have to keep
very brave, basing the whole thing in one town.
Right. There's man, I forgot. There's a little bit more to it. I kind of saw.
It better be like Majora's Mask level of in-depth stuff going on with all the people in that town.
Well, considering how far technology's come since the N64, I think that's quite possible.
You never know.
Right. This next little bit. Oh, man. So, New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe is getting a release on the Switch in January 2019. Includes the Luigi DLC and the ability to play as Toadette.
Sorry, I just threw up a bit in my mouth. I think it was maybe it was Jonesy on Radio Free Nintendo pointed out that this game has 4 words of this game are not actually the title. It's just like additional parts. Like they've got new and they've got super, and they've got U and they've got deluxe. It's only the the Mario Brothers part which is actually the game name. The rest is just stuff they've added on afterwards.
Yeah.
The fact that they kept the U part just baffles me.
It's surprising.
Absolutely baffles me. I mean,
they're not clearly ready to get rid of the Wii U just yet. I mean, they still have it listed on the Japanese website as a thing that exists. So,
right.
Yeah.
And for some reason, Toadette turns into Peachette, which is now ushered in a whole new era of memes of now Bowser turning into Bowserette or whatever, right?
Oh yeah.
What the hell's that about?
Yeah, that is fucking weird.
Why am I seeing sexy Peach but with a Bowser tail every time I open Twitter now?
Yeah,
Thanks everyone I follow.
Well, at least it's not that fucking Animal Crossing dog anymore.
Good point.
But yeah. Oh, yeah, Luigi's Mansion 3. That was exciting.
Yeah.
They started with that in the Direct.
Yep. So
I thought it was like, shit, they've done a HD remaster of number 2. But then, it started introducing stuff that I'd never seen before. I was like, wait, is this like a new level pack for 2 as well? And no, it's a brand new game. Cool.
Yeah. At first I thought, I was like, damn it, how can it look this good on 3DS?
Right.
Yeah.
It was those kind of ghost doors that kind of threw me because they're in they play a big part in the second one.
Yeah.
I never actually finished the second one. I got really near to the end and then just kind of stopped playing.
Me neither, man. I didn't even get anywhere close to the end. But
I don't know why I did that. I don't know. It just kind of felt got a bit too repetitive. Like, yeah, it just kind of lost its charm after a while. Maybe that was the charm of the first one, is that it's short and sweet.
Yeah.
Doesn't outstay its welcome.
I like the first one quite a bit. Great game. Like, yeah, short and sweet. It's over, and it doesn't feel like it overstays its welcome.
The second one introduces like this kind of mission structure and like multiple mansions and stuff like that. And yeah, you're just kind of like, okay, can this game just end now? And a lot of the missions are quite long as well, which you don't want on a 3DS game. You want them to be a lot shorter than that, right, for a portable game.
Right.
So maybe if the second one was on Switch, it would be actually less bad because it's a console game, right? But I don't know. Had some cool kind of Mario Odyssey stuff thrown in there as well. Don't know if you noticed that, like Mario's suitcase, stuff like that. Anyway.
Well, this next little bit, I figured kind of needed a little bit of a little section of its own, and that is the Nintendo Switch Online. As of right now, it's been a week since the service has been released. James and I have tried it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we might as well announce it now. Me and various members of the Famicast crew, let's say, are hopefully going to stream every single game on the service. Me and Danny have started already with Tennis and Double Dragon.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I enjoyed Double Dragon. Didn't enjoy Tennis that much.
Oh, I was playing some more of Tennis today, and my God, I turned it up to the highest difficulty level. Holy shit! Everything is so much faster.
Oh, really?
It is nuts.
Also, it's the speed, not the difficulty.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what does it.
Ah.
Yeah, and even if you win your first match on that number 1 area, it speeds up a little bit.
Ty, what's your favorite of the black box games?
Black box?
Apart from the obvious ones, like Mario Brothers, but what,
What?
Yeah.
Nintendo, ever heard of it?
Pretty much how I feel.
Who?
Right.
Like, most of them are pretty much trash, aren't they?
Right.
So, but now they're online. And the online works pretty much flawlessly. I mean, you start a game and then... So, like, we realized, Danny, that it's not only sharing the game. Basically, you're, like, screen sharing.
Yeah.
Like, when I was moving the icons around, like, Danny was seeing exactly what I was seeing. Yeah. So, like, everything's, like, super quick. Like, getting in and out of games is, like, super fast. Like, you just put the 2 triggers down, boom, you're back in the menu, select another game, boom, you're right in there.
Yeah.
It's like, there's no loading at all for anything.
Think about Wii U and like how long it took to, well, I don't know how many virtual console things you had, but I mean, some of the load times and just things in general on the Wii U were just garbage.
Yeah, I think it's just because the OS of the Switch is so fast, it kind of like, it makes this, you know, so this is super fast.
These games aren't powerhouses or anything either. I mean, there's not a lot of stuff to load up, you know.
So, they're like 32 kilobyte ROMs, guys.
Right? I know. So it's like
it just incredibly quick and smooth. And getting in online matches is like, super easy. And you can do lots of things. Like you can switch controllers. Like if you're playing like a 1-player game, you just like hit the triggers and you press Y and then you just like, you know, pass the controller to the other person. Or if the game has a 2-player option, then obviously you can play that in online as well. So basically you can do anything you want, you know. It's surprisingly functional. Amazing.
Yeah, what was it? There's a button or something that was hidden underneath like one of those controller prompts. I was telling you, James, because I'd seen it.
The delay thing.
Yeah, what the hell was the wording?
Synchronizing
something about input lag. I don't. Maybe I'm just listening to Ty too much. I don't remember, but
it was something like input delay or something like that. Yeah, kind of option, right?
Yeah.
So is it like a rollback based netcode? But do you guys even know?
Ty, dude, sure.
Well, no lag, works flawlessly, but but just the games themselves. I mean, the service was flawless, but like it's just the games. You know, the games are not. You know, it's slim pickings.
Yeah.
But gosh damn it, we're gonna play those games.
Yeah, I might play like Mario Bros or Dr. Mario, but it seems like it'd be hard to be engaged for like more than a day.
Yeah.
Which is why you need this kind of Netflix style service. And like, thank God they're not making you pay like $5 each for these things. Thank Christ.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know, they're all there. You can play whatever you want, or not, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
So
definitely a cool idea. I like classic games. Library is kind of lackluster right now, but it'll get fleshed out in time.
Yeah, we have a brand new playlist on our YouTube channel, like Famicom/NES Online, and we're just going to be adding games to that as best as we can, basically. So it's us playing those Famicom games with with our banter going back and forth. So yeah, check it out. Check them out.
Yep.
That'll be a long-running feature because these games are going to be added every month, right? New games every month.
Yeah, 3 games. Well, as of right now, 3 games a month, and we only have 18 left for the rest of this month, and then we're done.
Right? Yeah, we've got to pace ourselves.
We have 5 days to play games.
We were talking about this earlier, Danny. I mean, some of these games, you know, even a 5-minute stream might be too much.
Yeah, I was playing some soccer earlier today, and I was like, actually, I was okay. I was probably playing on the easiest mode, but suddenly it was like, okay, I'm winning like 4-0. This is kind of boring. But at the same time, play something like ice hockey, and I'm getting my ass kicked by the Soviet Union. I mean, fitting.
Right. The USSR.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Rest in peace.
Love it. No, God. Okay. So James, I mean, you said you had played some Splatoon. Obviously, this is using the new, network system and stuff like that. I mean, I would imagine there is absolutely nothing different with being a paid member and not being a paid member, right?
I see what you mean.
You know what I mean? From like a week ago to now.
Because the Splatfest actually had a little bit of trouble finding games. I didn't think about that, actually. Yeah, you just reminded me. I mean, I guess we were still in the free trial period at that point. So probably everyone could have played if they wanted to. But Yeah, but I've had trouble in the past connecting to games in Splatfest, like because I'm on the European Splatfest, like
Right.
just basically people aren't awake.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, I got into plenty of games. I got put against opposing teams and unfortunately same teams as well sometimes. But I had a few, where it times out, where there's like nobody there and it just times out because nobody joins. I had a couple of those, so I was getting a bit frustrated. But then I got a few matches, no problem. Yeah, it doesn't seem to have changed that much.
Okay. Yeah.
No problem.
What's that?
No problem.
Yeah. So James, I know you're probably not really interested in this, but they have like the Famicom or the NES Joy-Con that are going to be released later this year, and the pre-orders just opened up. Basically,
you don't call those Joy-Cons, do you?
No, they technically, I guess they are
controllers.
Well, they are. I mean, okay, whatever, but they can slot onto the system. You can.
Nintendo NES controllers that are compatible with Nintendo Switch. Trademark.
Whatever. my point was, I mean, do you have any interest in getting those?
These well, for a brief moment I was, but then I heard that they don't work with anything else. Like even on the Switch, never mind like trying to sync it with your PC or your Mac or something. They just don't work with anything, which is like weird. But I thought like the Pro Controller does now work with like natively with like PCs and Macs and stuff, right? So like, I don't know, maybe they do work with your computer, but it's just weird to me that you can't play, for example, Shovel Knight with it. Like, why would they not let you do that? That's maybe ridiculous.
I mean, that could just be something that they're doing right. Well, actually, doesn't Shovel Knight use more buttons than the NES pad?
Yep.
Right.
That would be a problem. But I can see what you're saying, and how hard could that be to allow support for other controllers like that? I mean,
when I heard that news, I tweeted out 8-bit Do. I don't know if it's 8-bit Do or 8-bit Do.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Stocks must have gone up because their controllers are compatible with not only Switch, but like, Xbone, PC, everything.
Sure.
And you can buy SNES controllers, NES controllers.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, why would you get this official one, which does less, and you can only play with one game?
One word: microphone.
Does it work? Does the microphone trick work on Zelda?
I don't know, but it's there, and it's listed as a microphone, like on the Famicom Mini.
Oh, wow.
They just have a sticker, like it looks like a microphone, and it's a teeny tiny ass controller anyway, so they probably didn't want to pay money to put like that type of tech in there. But who knows? I mean, the stuff doesn't ship until December, but maybe they're trying to go.
We were talking about that. Like, I mean, a lot of people are interested in getting the Famicom controllers, but you have to be a paid subscriber. But the minimum you can subscribe to is a month. So what I would suggest, people could try this out at home. Maybe make a Japanese account, subscribe for a month, put in your friend's Japanese address. Let's say, I don't know, Danny. And then, the Famicom controllers will go to his house. There you go. Boom.
Thanks. Sell them on eBay. Can't wait.
Yeah. There you go. Danny won't actually post them to you, but
no, I'll post them to somebody as long as I get double the money.
There you go.
No,
it might work. But yeah, you can only get one set per profile, right? That's why we're saying this.
Yeah, basically per account. So that kind of sucks. I just don't understand why they just don't.
You can't just buy them.
Yeah, they should just fucking sell them. But whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I guess that might do it. I mean, I know a lot of people are upset about a lot of things about the Nintendo Switch online service, and
everything at all times.
Yeah, I don't think we need to open that can of worms.
Right.
But
move on.
Yep. So, so let's go ahead and move on to some feedback. If you want your question, comment, whatever, read on in the air, please feel free to send us an email at thefamicast@gmail.com. Hit us up here in the comments on YouTube. Send us a tweet on Twitter at @thefamicast. Hit us up on Facebook, Famicast, and you can have your stuff read out on the air like these guys. So, James, got anything good? Well, I know we got a lot of stuff, like a lot.
We have the most feedback we've ever had. like ever. And it's all from YouTube because a lot of our TGS videos actually just completely blew up way beyond our expectations. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
So if you're listening because of, our TGS coverage, thank you for listening. Welcome. Please subscribe on iTunes.
Please.
And YouTube and everything. We've got a bunch more subscribers on YouTube now as well, which is awesome. But like, we literally can't get through these comments. This would be like a 30, 40-minute segment if I read out all these comments. But like I said earlier, like with the Yokai Watch bit, for example, well, people were asking questions about, how the game plays and everything, and Danny's answered all of those in his preview. So yeah, if you wanted like more in-depth, opinions about Yokai Watch 4, then yeah, read Danny's stuff. A lot of people were joking about how this game will never be localized. So yeah, people are not expecting Yokai Watch 4 to ever come out in English. And then people like I Like Big Boobies 69. That's literally his name, by the way.
Don't dox me.
I didn't make this up. Right. So Ty says, ooh, silky smooth, 15 frames a second. Things like that, right?
That is something I would say.
Yeah. Jacob von Pringleton, he has a more kind of in-depth comment. He says, looks like Level 5 are bringing back Ni no Kuni's battle system. And that's great. The only issue I have is with the frame rate. Other than that, it looks great so far. Hopefully they iron out those issues before release. But knowing Yokai Watch's track record in the West, it could be quite a while before it's released in the West. Also, does anyone think Jibanyan and Komba-san's new designs look kind of weird? Yeah, I thought Jibanyan looked a bit weird, didn't he? Like, he looks kind of a bit too tall.
I don't remember if it was based on something. I don't know. There's some kind of lore maybe behind this. I think this game's supposed to be set like 30 years before the other Yokai Watch games. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I hope someone sends us a very long email about the Yokai Watch lore.
If you know all about the Yokai Watch lore, please send me a link to your Wikipedia page and I will read it.
No, we won't.
Yeah, a bunch of comments from the Monster Boy footage as well. People saying like, yeah, that looks fantastic. Also, Renine looks this game looks dope, yo. Joshua Ryuken says that. Chris Unseen kind of has a comment which I can relate to about Renane, the pixel art game with the amazing music. He said the music in the game just don't seem to match. It's throwing me off like crazy. Gameplay looks fun. Yeah, it is. It's like I said, it's this kind of like it doesn't really match. The music is like almost too good.
Yeah, but I mean, kind of listening to what the Dangen guys were saying earlier in the interview. Does it really have to be that way? Maybe we're just kind of been trained and with our brains. It's like a game looks like this, it has to sound like this. I don't think that's necessarily true. And I think it's kind of interesting that they're just trying something different. Okay, then.
There's a little bit of argument between Yokai Watch and Pokemon fans going in here.
Yeah.
Blues Raven says, see this Pokemon? It's actually called Good Graphics. And then Pickup Plays HD says, it's also called a terrible frame rate. Also, Pokemon has had good graphics for a few years now.
Nice.
And then Blue Ravens comes right back at him. Wouldn't call them good, but for Switch, the graphics of Let's Go are just underwhelming.
Come on, take it back outside to the elementary school playground.
Calm down, lads. Calm down, lads. It's only Pokemon and Yokai Watch, It's not real. Not yet, anyway.
That's what you think.
We just Danny, your Tokyo Game Show booth, show floor kind of tour kind of thing went live, right? Just before the episode. And Sean Perry says, looks like heaven.
Yeah. Well, if heaven is
before all the public got there.
If heaven is full of like fat, sweaty nerds, then sure.
Yeah. We got an email about the numbers of people that went to Tokyo Game Show, and it's the most it's ever been.
Wow.
It was like 370,000 or something like
Did
that
they
over
break
the
it
4
down?
days.
Did they break
Yeah,
it
they
down?
broke
for
it
the
down.
days?
Yeah, we actually tweeted it on the official Famicast Twitter account, Danny, at the Famicast on YouTube.
There it is.
On Twitter.
Just testing you, James.
There you go. Check it out. Got all the numbers broken down. Official numbers. All right. So yeah, let's move on to some Twitter tweets. What have we got here? Again, thank you for everyone who's started following us since TGS. Obviously, our TGS footage is going crazy.
Yeah.
So check out the hub page for all the videos and impressions, photo galleries that we got going on. So our friend Don Koopman, friend of the show, Nintendo, he says Bloodstained is hella good, yo. I'm also thinking about going to Bit Summit next year. Wow, that'd be cool. See Don in the flesh.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about Bloodstained?
Oh, because you showed a picture of our highest performing videos or something like that.
The 2 highest performing videos on our YouTube channel are me playing Bloodstained badly and me playing Yokai Watch badly. And those seem to blow. You're welcome.
I did say in your defense. Well, actually, Baby should be able to clear that demo. I'm kind of surprised that you made it through.
Yep, I didn't. Mark Harrison says, you better get kicked out of TGS for dry humping that red thing or I'm cancelling my Patreon subscription. Danny, did you dry hump Giovannian?
I have to talk to my lawyer about that, but
the answer is yes.
Ty, what should I say? My lawyer.
I hump red things in every game I play.
Okay, there it is.
Also real life.
Friends of the show, Japanese Nintendo, says Mother 3 will likely come out before Yokai Watch 4. Wow, that's harsh, but probably true. Do you think we'll get a Mother trilogy collection on Switch? I think we will.
Seems more likely now. I mean,
yeah, it feels like a good fit. Okay. I thought that would spark some interest, but maybe not.
Next.
The first one is kind of trash, though, right?
Beginnings?
Yeah. They'd probably have to add speeding up stuff, wouldn't they?
If they added some quality of life type of stuff.
HD remaster.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I wouldn't go that far, but something like that. Mark M, Irish Marcus, maybe a friend of Cyrus's, don't know. He says he's not enjoying how fast the playable characters seem to be moving in the Yokai Watch demo. Yeah, they did kind of move kind of floaty, didn't they?
They did.
Around.
They did. I remember kind of slowing it down on the joystick. I was thinking, I hope this isn't freaking digital. But no, it is analog, So.
Yeah. Okay. Next one from Russ Greeno. I've always got to have one from Russ, haven't we?
Right.
So Cyrus, friend of the show, you might remember him. He's apparently getting his drawing tablet set up again, and he says, I am a master artist. And he's kind of drawn a very crude picture of, I don't know, a Pokemon. I don't know, something. And then Russ came back with, you're also a master debater on the Famicast. Master debater, master artist. No, okay, nothing. Sorry, Russ, I tried. Oh, this kind of tweet didn't age very well, but Japanese Nintendo says, is Yokai Watch 4 vaporware? That's all I want to know. No, it's very much real.
Yeah.
Very much real. Okay, and then some clown called Danny Bivens talking about Assassin's Creed games.
Who?
Never heard of him.
Yeah, loser.
There you go. Cool. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for all your comments on YouTube. We do read them all, by the way. We're not ignoring them. We just don't have time to read them all out. I think it would be kind of boring as well to just sit and read 4,000 comments on YouTube.
Yeah.
Tune into our new Patreon's special podcast called YouTube Comments, where it's basically I reading YouTube comments for 2.5 hours.
in an Irish accent.
There you go.
Let's not make promises we can't keep. Anyways, yeah, so that's pretty much going to do it for Famicast 134. We usually would have a what we call now playing at thefamicast.com. I think basically we've pretty much covered it. There are a few other reviews and a couple other things that have been going up kind of in the background. So just if you're interested in that, keep it locked here to our YouTube, or come to our YouTube if you're not there already. Check out thefamicast.com so you can't miss any of that stuff. But yeah, just to sign us out here, we're going to go ahead and give you guys our Twitter handles and get out of here. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can. I'm at DannyBiv, DANNYBIV. James?
I'm at Yokai Watch Pros, XXX37, sorry. So follow me on Twitter.
Right. Ty?
Oh, I'm Super Cat Drugs on Twitter. You should follow me to find out that Bowsette is out, and you get to see which bondage goth Nintendo princess I want to gnaw my dick off.
Oh my god.
Deadcam.
For those of you that were checking us out live here today, thank you very much. I appreciate we appreciate you just tuning in and hanging out with us. Hope you guys have a good day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are, and we will catch you next time. See ya.
Peace.
Peace.